Late 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Thursday, July 25th. Today in Baton Rouge, wouldn't you know it, it's going to rain once again with a high hovering around 88 in hour one of today's show. We'll talk Deshaun Foster and Jim Harbaugh, who did it better or worse, we should say, as far as opening press conferences go. We'll discuss Saints training camp, already an injury during the first day. They're getting things started off strong here in 2024. And we'll talk a little Lincoln Riley as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Yeah. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Thursday, July 25th. T-Bob Hebert, Jake Hester, Taylor Sharp, and Alondra Villarreal hanging out with you today. Hope you're all having an excellent Thursday. I think this is going to be a very fun hour one. We have some supremely funny sound coming out of Big Ten Media Days. We have some supremely cowardly sound coming out of Big Ten Media Days. That's just Lincoln Riley. We got to beat this dude's ass. It is more abundantly clear than ever that nobody has wanted the smoke ever less than Lincoln Riley. And what do you do when somebody doesn't want it? You shotgun it in their face, okay? We got Alvin Kamara with that. This is not funny. It's not Alvin Kamara with one of the best 15-minute press conferences you will ever see, where he basically lays out his thought process with the contract, where he's at with the franchise, with the team, thoughts on stuff like the running back market. Really incredible stuff from Kamara. So going to be a great hour one here. Also, Jim Harbaugh. He's in the funny sound department. We'll play him with Deshaun Foster. He's being weird because it's, Jim Harbaugh. So I can't wait. If you want to get involved, youtube.com/1045ESPN, hit the like button, sub to the channel, all that good stuff. We're going to start. This may sound weird, right? But I like to give people a couple minutes to get in. So we're going to start at Big Ten Media Day. And then the second segment, we'll get into Saints camp and the Alvin Kamara sound. And we'll do like a quick news breakdown of camp day number one and whatnot. Before we get into sound, how's everyone doing today? Alondra, what's up?
I am doing great. It's my Friday, so
yeah, that's right.
I'm leaving a little later on, and I'm really excited.
Hell yeah, congrats. What a great feeling to know you're
I'm hyped.
A little bit away from walking out the door and enjoying some nice vacay.
I have a lot to do before I leave.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. But it's always easier. Mm-hmm. It's like the last practice of the season or the last sprint of the day. Mm-hmm. It's always easier when you know the break's at the other end. Yeah. Taylor, I don't really care how you're doing. Jake, what's up, man? How's sunny Florida?
It's great. I noticed though that you don't have on an outfit today. How did it go yesterday?
Well, I'm going to give an update on the Midshipmen.
Okay.
Later in the show, and I'll throw back on the costume. I don't know that it could have started worse. For those that don't know, I have decided to stream my online dynasty as head coach of the Navy Midshipmen. I'm in the American. It is a fully staffed AAC, so we have all human beings playing the other teams. But a lot of teams start with an FCS school, right? Well, I started with the FCS astronauts. Sloppy first half, but we're really in control, right? Things are going great. Too many turnovers. We're okay. And in the second half, everything went awry. All of a sudden, I could not stop them. I scored a touchdown to take the lead with a minute and a half left. Oh, he's going to win the game, right? No, wrong. They drive down. They kick a field goal. 30 seconds left. I have the ball. I go a full Les Miles. 3 incompletes in a row. Give them the ball back. They run it, making me think they were playing for OT. And then they went over the top 80-yard touchdown with 0 seconds left on the clock. So there's a lot of noise out there. The AD was not happy. The stands were half empty to begin the day. I lost to the astronauts. So in a way, I lost to the newest branch of the military, the Space Force. But the only people that matter are in this locker room right here. And so we're going to get it right. Okay, it's my promise to merit. We're going to get it right. I get some of those highlights a bit later. God, it was an awful beginning. Whatever, that doesn't matter. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive into Big Ten Media Day. Hold on. Wait, Taylor, for real, how are you doing, though? You doing okay today?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Wondering if I'm going to hear any belligerent screaming like we heard for about 3 hours yesterday.
3 hours. Guys, check the tape. It was a 52-minute stream, Taylor.
Okay,
Nobody likes an exaggerator.
It went till 1 o'clock, though.
No. I worked on getting it set up for about 2.5 hours and then streamed for an hour.
1 o'clock, we are screaming. I'm like, dude, It's been 3 hours since the show ended. How many games have you played?
No. That was the first game. I've worked on, streaming. I feel so freaking old trying to set that all up. Thank God for my best friend and brother, Ian Lowe, because he remotely just took over my computer and has done everything for me. Nothing makes me feel older than trying to figure out all that technical stuff.
I did tune into the stream. What was the background behind you?
It's a hobbit hole. I need to change to like a naval command center.
I was thinking he's going to be on some type of battleship or whatever.
I will.
I'm like, is that like a train station?
No, I will from now on. That was just again, guys, we were just trying to get on air yesterday. We're gonna increase production quality and whatnot from here on out. So if you want to be a part of the journey, it's going on the Snaps YouTube channel. All right. Let's get into the sound from Big Ten Media Day. Let's start with Deshaun Foster, and then segment 2 we'll start laying out why LSU needs to beat the hell out of Lincoln Riley. But so you may think Deshaun Foster, who's that, T-Bob? So that's the new UCLA head coach after Chip Kelly left to go be a coordinator. Former UCLA running back, and an interesting hire because a guy who doesn't have the experience or the resume necessarily for it, but a UCLA great in his past, right? As a player. And so they kind of figure, okay, you know what? We're going to go young. We're going to go with a guy who gives a damn about the school. And it doesn't matter that maybe he doesn't have the resume of a Kelly or any of the other guys that we hired recently. I think this is the best path forward. Well, here it was, Deshaun Foster's big day. Big Ten Media Days. First time UCLA's been at Big Ten Media Days. The biggest stage he has operated on in the public eye thus far. Here are Deshaun Foster's opening statements.
Coach Foster, welcome to the Big Ten. We'll begin with your opening statement.
How you guys doing? I'm happy to be here. Glad to be a part of this great conference. Finally putting two great emblems together, UCLA and the Big Ten. We're a school that's won, 123 championships, so this fits us being right in this conference. Football-wise, we're just excited. I'm sure you guys don't know too much about UCLA, but our football program, but we're in LA. It's us and USC. I'm just basically excited, really. That's it. Any questions?
Oh, my God. My man's really thought he was going to wing it. He had the one line. I know how this goes. I've done a lot of public speaking. Done a lot. And so I know how it goes. Or sometimes you feel like I got a good base, and then I'm just going to flow. And his base was bringing, the two brands together. We got a lot of championships. Big Ten does, so we belong together. But I don't know if it was the size of the room, the sea of Midwestern reporters he was staring out on. But my guy lost the thread big time in the middle of that thing. I mean, bad. And here's my question to you guys. Can a press conference be so bad that you now doubt that person's job ability to do their job? Because Adam Gase would be the prime example of this. That was such a major red flag, and all of those red flags ended up being true. But, like, all joking aside, he needed to do well here. He doesn't have a resume, right? This was his chance to prove this was a good hire. He's going to put in the work. I'm going to be prepared. Could not have looked more unprepared. This is wild that Deshaun Foster just thought he was going to go up there and just kind of just freestyle.
I cannot wait to hear Coach Neuheisel talk about this later on Full Ride. Of course, he was a UCLA head coach, and he's very, very prideful about the Bruins, as he should be. I feel like I could have done a much better job on selling UCLA to the crowd. And I don't even know that much about UCLA right now and their current team. Like, that man told us they were in Los Angeles. Deshaun, it says it in the name of your school.
Oh,
the University of California, Los Angeles.
Oh, USC is also there. In case you guys don't know, I think he thought he was maybe going to have a funny bit about, like, y'all don't know much about us. Go hard or go home. Said Foster feels like the Mississippi State Arnett hire, late unexpected head coach change. They need somebody to fill the gap to make a better hire. Potentially, right? But I don't know. I mean, I was kind of about it at first from a theory standpoint, because you kind of need someone who gives a damn about UCLA. I thought to sell UCLA, and maybe that's true. I don't want to make too much of this, but in my opinion, this is a press conference on the red flag level of an Adam Gase press conference. Like, if I was UCLA leadership, I would have been on the phone immediately afterwards and been like, what are you doing, coach? Bruh. Like, what did you write anything down? Did you write one thing down? LA? We're from LA? Dude, I've been ass chewing.
Sell the Rose Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. We played the most legendary college football venue of all time, the Rose Bowl. And, the Big Ten always has a special connection with the Rose Bowl. Like, this is easy. Like you said, Jake, I don't know anything. I think their mascot's a bear, the Bruin, right? I could still sell him better than that. Hey, and you get him at home this year, guys. Okay, we cannot lose to him and that team. And LSU cannot lose to Lincoln Riley scare the last as well. Before we get to Riley, though, Jake, here's your guy, Jim Harbaugh. Now, I want to say this. The key difference here is Harbaugh's resume is impeccable, right? Both the NFL and college level. So it's the classic thing where if you're like, I can't remember, maybe it was like Dan Patrick. I heard this like over a decade ago. As a young broadcaster, I heard this, right? And it was like kind of how winning changes everything, how we perceive you, right? Like, if you're a curmudgeon and you win, you're a curmudgeon. If you're a curmudgeon and you lose, you're an a-hole, and everybody hates you, right? If you win, you're just a little quirky. Same thing with Harbaugh, right? If he sucked and he talked like this, we would be like, this guy's an idiot. But he wins, and so he's just a bit quirky. Here's Jim Harbaugh back in the NFL, first day of training camp.
The way it feels, feels like New Year's Day, feels like being born. Feels like coming out of the womb, It's like you're in there and it's comfortable and it's safe, and now you're out, you're born, the lights are on, it's bright, you got chaos, people looking at you, people talking at you, and just feels good to have it happen.
I will say this, I actually take Harbaugh at face value. I think he definitely feels all of those emotions. He has been in that Michigan womb for 7 years now, and he's finally back in LA. He goes from Michigan weather to Los Angeles weather, also in LA, actually, the Chargers. Like, I think that may need to be explained more than UCLA personally. But how you feel about your new coach, Jay?
So I actually, whenever y'all play sound, I can't hear it on my end. I already knew the Deshaun Foster one, so I could react to that one. I haven't seen the Harbaugh, but I can imagine that there's some weirdness to it. I can imagine that it's a little all over the place.
He's just, look, our guy is just excited to be back in the league. Break WSD89 says, I know where, he says, well, I get what happened to Foster. I've been there. You can't even remember your own name. If you're a rookie at public speaking, still, people are going to make assumptions. Well, so I am not meaning to seem callous here. Because, again, public speaking can be a very scary thing, and some people are going to be better at that than others. You don't have to be a great public speaker to be a good coach. But my man didn't have any notes. That's why you have notes. Even if you want to get up there and just read off of a card, like that would have been better. Like, that's why you bring note cards or a pad with you or papers, is that if you panic, if you lose yourself, you can go up there and be like, look, like a lot of times I find if you write something out, you'll get up there, and because you've written it and you've read it, like you'll get up there and you end up kind of freestyling it because you know the material, you know your beats, your talking points. Like, and then if you ever forget and you start to have that mode of payment, you look down and it's okay. My man just did not seem very prepared. So again, I don't think it comes down to like a quality speaking talent or not. I think the big red flag for me is mostly a lack of preparation.
Oh man, I mean, I almost feel bad for the guy a little bit. Now you got to bring something out there, right? That was your decision. You got to be better prepared than going out there and trying to just. Oh, I mean, not even. I don't even feel like he was just trying to wing it. Like, I feel like it surprised him that he had to talk that day.
Yeah, no, I do agree with the stage fright thing in that I think he thought he was going to wing it, and then I do think he got hit with like legitimate, like you sit down at the test and suddenly you're bleeding, like everything's leaking out of your head. You just can't remember anything, can't remember your name, all of that. But again, that's where the sheet becomes your foundation to fall back on. Let's play it one more time. Alondra, I love the bit that you put out with that little laugh at the end.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just excited to be here. Any questions?
Well, that's the thing. Like how you said, I think it is a little bit of like unpreparedness and got nervous. I think he thought he was going to start playing off of like the LA thing, but it then came off super awkward. And he probably looked out on the crowd and like everybody was just probably straight facing him. And he freaked out right there. And he was like,
let's hear it one more time.
Dude, he knew he was cooked when he left.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm done for it.
He knew he was cooked.
After he said the LA thing.
I was about to say pretty much from the time he opened up, when he said the emblems, and then he started to falter on championships. It was like watching somebody, you know, when somebody's like walking and they trip and they try to catch themselves, but they're falling a little bit too fast, but they can kind of keep up so the fall extends over like 15 feet. What? Yeah, before they finally faceplant. Like it's a slow but sure descent into madness.
I love how he ends and he's like, any questions? I'm waiting for somebody to raise their hand and be like, oh, yeah, several.
What was that?
Several questions.
Did you have any notes?
Okay, one more time.
Where is UCLA?
One more time. Wait, Coach, that wasn't clear.
The LA stands for Los Angeles?
Is it in San Diego? Oh, okay. No, it's not. Well, okay, one more time with Foster.
Coach Foster, welcome to the Big Ten. We'll begin with your opening statement.
How you guys doing? I'm happy to be here. Glad to be a part of this great conference. Finally putting two great emblems together, UCLA and the Big Ten. We're a school that's won, 123 championships, so this fits us being right in this conference. Football-wise, we're just excited. You know, I'm sure you guys don't know too much about UCLA, but our football program, but we're in LA. It's us and USC. We I'm just basically excited, really. That's it. Any questions?
Okay, I'm not okay. So I do, upon watching again, the one part I do like is I don't know that I feel like he full on panicked after he accepted that he was cooked, right? He laughed, he had that extended silence where he said, you know what? It's over.
Yeah.
Questions. Like so he went through it all, he fell flat on his face. And then he just kind of rolled over and was like, all right, let's just, what do you guys got? What do you guys got for me?
I mean, hey, I played for UCLA. I know what it looks like for UCLA to be successful. This program means more to me than it's going to mean to anybody else, right?
Dude, it's so easy.
I mean, I'm telling you, I feel like I could have done a much better job. I mean, sell your quarterback, Ethan Garbers. Like, tell me why he's going to be good this year. I mean, anything, literally anything.
What have you been like? I haven't had my coffee yet, guys. What if you just started to riff, just try to do jokes? Jeff G says the real thing to watch from Deshaun is his next press conference. If he isn't better prepared, then his days could be numbered. I agree with that. Right? Like, everybody's allowed to make a mistake once. The thing about football coaches is they always just yell at you never to make the same mistake twice. Like, that's when you don't play. That's why your guy can't see the field, Taylor, on Be a Pro mode on NCAA 25 or Road to Glory, whatever.
No, I'm saying he's on the field.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, never mind.
He's not playing?
No, he's playing bad. He's still in like 10 picks. What a loser.
Yeah.
All right, when we get back here on OTB, let's get into Lincoln Riley and then the Alvin Kamara sound and Saints Training Camp Day 1. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Oh, Daniel Basham in the chat. I have a question, Coach. What does the UC stand for? You know what the C stands for? Community Steel. Okay? And look, you may not know a lot about Community Steel. They're in Gonzales, Louisiana. It's a great emblem. Look, CommunitySteelCo.com. I'm just excited to do commercials for Community Steel Company, okay? Because they're the best. So you go. That wasn't even a bit. I had to sneeze. So you go to CommunitySteelCo.com today. You get the best prices. You need any purlin, tubing, steel accessories, roofing, sheet metal, steel buildings. It's all right there in Gonzales. Live and local, human sales team. The best prices, okay? No longer can these national guys take advantage of you because local steel is here, and it's Community Steel Company.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR. Day 2 of Saints training camp. Ross Jackson has our camp report, and 2 more big-time prospects committed to being at the Bayou Splash this weekend. We'll talk about it 3 to 6. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Jeez. Get Up just played a highlight of Wemby in warm-ups, putting it off the backboard and through his legs.
Play all Spurs back.
What an alien.
2025.
Not enough oxygen in the West, Alondra.
The West is tough.
Can't have that. Get the hell out. Get the hell out. All right, before we get into Lincoln Riley, we are going to Deshaun Foster was actually asked about his freeze up a bit later on. It sounds a little low, but let's just give our guy a chance here. So here's his response to it.
How do you look back on your first run through as a head coach of Big Ten Media Days?
It was cool. It wasn't. It was cool. You know, I'll probably get on Twitter and see some jokes later, but I haven't seen that.
That bother you at all?
No. It's me. I can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't be something that I'm not. So it's just tough for me to. I'm not a big talker, and then put me up there. I'd rather you guys ask me what you want to know and tell me.
And plus, I mean, you've been criticized left and right your entire life being a player.
That's another thing I was trying to tell people. Like I played. It's not, you know. That's how I can have this personality. That's how I can have this demeanor. That's how I can be this type of person because I've played. I don't have to try to trick you with words. I don't have to try to grab you with some kind of. I played. And if you want to go to the NFL, this is a place that you can do that.
All right, look, so not a talker. I still think the lack of prep, personally, seems really nice, though. Really nice. So we'll see what happens, man. Maybe UCLA ends up, beating LSU, and then we have to look back and laugh at ourselves at the end of this.
What was his answer, since I can't hear?
Yeah, he was just kind of saying that he's not a talker, and then he's up there, and, which, again, it's he's, surprised that he got put up there. It's kind of, whatever, I don't know. And just basically saying, it's not me, but, also, I've been a player, and so I'm used to criticism, and I don't need to win you over with words because I played, so I have a legitimacy to things that I say to these players and whatnot. Maybe it ends up being great. Not a banner day though. If I was a UCLA booster, I'd be like, ugh, coach, come on, man, tighten up a little bit, tighten up. All right, so you're going to see him this year on the LSU schedule. You're also going to see Lincoln Riley, and Lincoln Riley is out here pissing people off because he just continues to put out the softest energy I've ever seen. So I couldn't find audio on these, which is actually great, Jake, since you can't hear, right? But Lincoln Riley.
I did put a video in there.
Oh, we have video of which one? Of the Notre Dame quote? Okay, yes. Yeah. Okay. Here's Lincoln Riley. Jake. Sorry, Jake. If you look at the document, you can read the quotes. Here's Lincoln Riley on how he feels Notre Dame should, how he feels USC should schedule.
I would love to. I would love to. I know it means a lot to a lot of people, and so the purist in you, no doubt. Now, if you get in a position where you got to make a decision on what's best for SC to help us win a national championship versus keeping that, shoot. then you got to look at it. I mean, and listen, we're not the first example of that. Look all the way across the country. There's been a lot of other teams sacrifice rivalry games. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but, as we get into this playoff structure, and if it changes or not, we get in this new conference, we're going to learn some about this as we go and what the right and the best track is, to winning a national championship. That's going to evolve, Bama was ahead of the curve for years, I thought, on how they scheduled in the non-conference, right? They would occasionally hit the marquee non-conference game. They'd play two other, not very good teams. They'd play one late so that they got essentially a little bit of a bye week right there late in the season when your, season's been going on, you're a little beat up. They didn't schedule for their fans. They scheduled to win championships. And so my hope is we can do the best thing, schedule to win championships, and that includes a rivalry game that, for all that comes with that and all that it means. But if you get in those positions, you got to make a decision on what the priority is. And yeah, it's not an easy answer.
This man is out here trying to kill USC Notre Dame. Trying to kill USC Notre Dame. And saying it's justified in pursuit of championships. That is the complete opposite direction of where this sport needs to be moving. As it becomes more about entertainment and television and everything else, you're trying to remove one of the greatest college football rivals we've ever had. Did Pete Carroll ever try to get it canceled, or did he just beat Notre Dame 8 times in a row? Also, I hate the Bama example. Maybe if he had said Michigan, right? Michigan took the non-conference thing to the next level where they just basically whatever. They just we're going to just make it as easy as possible to try it. But now we have to go undefeated. You got to be perfect. But they did it, right? But Brad Crawford points out, Nick Saban reached 8 college football playoffs. In those years, they played number 20 Wisconsin, number 20 USC, number 3 FSU, Louisville, number 14 Miami, and number 11 Texas. There wasn't soft scheduling there, or not. What he's describing is basically what everybody already does. A marquee non-conference game and then a couple of easier ones to kind of help you out along the way. So now we know that Lincoln Riley ran from the SEC. He tried to cancel the LSU Vegas game for 2 years. They just canceled USC Ole Miss, and now he's trying to cancel the Notre Dame game. Jake, we got to stop this guy. You can't keep getting away with this.
This kind of energy is why you can make the playoff, but you can't win a playoff game.
True.
He is just tiptoeing into the Big Ten there for USC. That I didn't even hear the sound, but I did see a quote about Alabama's schedule and how do you think they won championships? Because they beat everybody's ass. That's how they won
exactly
championships. What are you talking about? You just listed off all the teams that they've played. That is what college football is now. You have a 12-team playoff. You should have some of those marquee games against some of those big opponents in the non-conference. You have that ability now. And the quote about, preparing for championships and not really preparing for fans to be happy, that is the just most beta energy out of anybody that you can imagine.
So, in keeping with the beta energy, here's a clip with him making excuses about what he took over versus what Oregon and Ohio State took over. But this is, you'll see the video. This is him actually saying it, but somebody has applied a Mickey Mouse filter to his voice. And I think it is, I think it's worth it here. So here is Lincoln Riley on USC in the Big Ten.
Yeah, well, we are at the top of the Big Ten Conference. we're the top of any conference. I don't ever look at ourselves below anybody. I never will. Listen, 2 years ago, look where Ohio State and Oregon were 2 years ago. Look what they took over. Look what we took over. It takes time. I'm not a magician. I can't wave a magic wand and everything just be perfect right away. If I'm one area that we have made progress. So this thing's got momentum. It's coming. Nothing's gonna stop it. That's fine. They start at a different point. We'll see where it ends up.
Oh my God, dude. Why so defensive? Why? Yes, look, we call Ryan Day third base because he took over a great situation. No doubt, okay? And Dan Lanning took over a pretty good situation. But Dan Lanning has elevated it, like, objectively. Lincoln Riley, the problem with your tenure at USC is you seem to be going in the wrong direction. So all these quotes about, look what I took over versus where we're at now, ring hollow when you look like you were better year one than you are heading in to year three. All right, let's go to break. When we get back, more OTB. Let's get to Alvin Kamara at Saints training camp yesterday. Keep it locked here. YouTube.com/1045 ESPN.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I mean, so the guy that made that, I'll get his Twitter account, but he's a disgruntled. I think he's a Baker Mayfield like kind of troll fan accountant who loves Oklahoma, and he looks like he sounds like Mickey. Like, it actually matches his face. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. You go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge today, and, well, look, man, if you need new, used, you need a lease, they got a huge selection. They can custom order you whatever you want. Again, guys, really explore the hybrids. It's so nice saving money, but still being able to, like, gas up your car and not have to sit there and charge for 20, 30 minutes, whatever. You get the best of both worlds. Toyota Care warranty is excellent, again, whether it's new or used. And check out the All-Star Toyota Service Center. They're right there in Airline and Goodwood, so very centrally located for everybody. And all makes and models are welcome at the Service Center, okay? It doesn't have to be Toyota, doesn't have to be from All-Star. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off F-150, $10,000 off the new 2024 Ford F-150, and all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
The best kept.
Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, so we'll get to the Kamara sound in a second. Practice notes from day one. Alvin Kamara did not have a practice jersey on at first. Then in true WWE style, he popped back in the building, showed up, and did a full great practice, run around kicking ass. Chase Young did individual drills. Hell yeah, we love to see that. Alontae Taylor, Marshawn Lattimore, and Paulson Adebo were your starting corners, with Kool-Aid working on the second team. And one of the funniest observations, everybody's saying there were positives and negatives of Trevor Penning. And great. But in what could be described as a bad omen, Jake, Kendre Miller pulled his hammy on the first rep of individual drills. And even before then, I don't think the staff is too high on him, because Jordan Mims, he went with Jamal Williams and Alvin Kamara to the field where the ones and the twos were, and Kendre Miller was shuttled off to the field with the threes and the four. Yeah. So Miller already wasn't very highly thought of, obviously, by the coaches. First rep of individual hurts his hamstring, and here's what Dennis Allen said about his ability to make this team after practice.
Kendre's got a hamstring, so look, that's a player that's going to have to figure out how to stay healthy, because it's hard to make the team, when you're in the training room all the time.
Jake, this man said that's a player to figure. It's hard to make the team when you're in the training room all the time. Is the writing on the wall for Kendre Miller?
Yeah, so I can hear when it's just sound and not a video. And if I'm Kendre Miller, I wish I couldn't hear that, because that is a head coach that is fed up with you being in the training room.
Yep.
Like that, I have heard coaches with that demeanor talking about a player so many times, and I know exactly what that means. That means every time I walk by the training room, you're in there. Every time that things aren't going just right, you're in the training room. You just, look, you get put in the 3s, 4s, 5s, whatever group you want to talk about, and all of a sudden you're hurt on the first rep. Like that's warning signs. That's not good.
When a coach goes public like that, have we already crossed the Rubicon, right? Like, is there any coming, like that feels like that there's a finality there where there's no coming back in that coach's mind?
No, it almost feels like you could sit out here and you could be healthy the rest of training camp, but because of past experiences with you and where we're at right now, like I've already made up my mind on what kind of player you are. Again, this is like right, wrong, or indifferent, however you feel about it. I'm just telling you, and T, you know this as well as I do, when a coach says it like that, they have moved past being able to trust you. Now, you might surprise them and maybe you get another chance because something else happens, but in their mind, you're basically not on the roster right now.
And it's disappointing because I thought he ended pretty strong last year. He ended with a bit of momentum. I thought he had opportunity
a third round running back, T, is basically, it's at least a second round pick at any other position.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I hadn't even considered that. Adjusting for like relative running back value, like, you took a shot on him. You thought, has anybody from that TCU team ended up being good?
Duggan's been third string. Quentin Johnston struggled. Miller.
That's what I'm saying. The big three haven't done anything.
Offense.
I can't remember.
You've got the returner from TCU who's actually from Westville playing for the Chargers. I think he was like first or second team All-Pro returner.
Okay, there you go.
But that's it.
Yeah.
The rest of it has been real bad. And trust me, the Chargers took 3 of them in the draft after that. So
wait, 3? Who's the third?
They took
Duggan.
the returner.
Oh, they took Duggan?
They took Max Duggan, and they took the other receiver.
Jesus, dude, they really fell in love with that TCU team. That's insane.
Johnson's like the 4th receiver. He's a first-round pick, and he's their 4th receiver on a team that doesn't have a clear number 1.
So obviously a not a great day for Kendre Miller, and not speaking to a great year 2 for Kendre Miller. In fact, who even knows if he'll be on this team. Again, it appears that the coaching staff loves Jordan Mims. I'm getting some real. Who did Pierre Thomas beat out back in the day? That was a higher draft pick
from Ohio State.
Who?
Oh, it was Antonio Pittman. Yep.
Okay.
From Ohio State, right?
I'm getting some real Antonio Pittman, Pierre Thomas vibes out of this Mims, Kendra Miller situation. So we'll see. All right, let's do this. When we get back, we can start to get into some of this Alvin Kamara sound. I don't know that we'll get it all in one segment. He talked for 15 minutes yesterday and was very open and honest with his current situation, what he's seeking, and I'll let him speak, and you be the judge. Next, here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, guys. I wonder what they do. Oh, windows, doors, and siding. So you need water vinyl windows, hardy plank or vinyl siding, any type of door. Tommy's is your answer. And when you work with Tommy's, you take advantage of 27 years in this game, okay? For 20 years, Tommy worked for someone else. He learned the business inside and out. He said, you know what? I've been at it for 2 decades now. I understand when it comes to upgrading the exterior of your house. I understand what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, and how the customer needs to feel on the other side. And so he broke off and he made his own business. And now for 7 years in a row, they've taken home that Angie's Service Award because their customers are so consistently satisfied. So reinvest in your greatest asset, okay? Take your home to the next level. Save money on bills. It's all with Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Go to GEAUXTommys.com. Go Tommys.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $20,000 off the powerful Ram truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscone. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off F-150. $10,000 off the new 2024 Ford F-150. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back to OTB. Team of Jake Alondra, Taylor hanging out with you today. Hope you have a great day. Okay, here's what we're going to do with Alvin Kamara. We are going to... So I love the Alvin Kamara sound sheet so much. It is the inverse of yesterday's sound, right? Where we were 3 strikes and you're out. Skeens just sitting up there chopping us down. We're going to move Kamara to 8 a.m. so we can really bask in it and thrive in it. I want to get into a little bit of Nebraska here, Jake, real quick, because I know you're a big uniform guy. Did you see the Nebraska alternate uniforms that they're going to be wearing against Oklahoma, right? Is that what it was? Yeah, shirt. Big game. There we go. Corn, cows, and fullbacks. That's what Nebraska does. Well, here are the uniforms that Nebraska will be wearing this year. If you are just listening on the radio, of course, you know about Lil Red, Nebraska's creepy, weird kind of mascot in his red overalls. They have made a football uniform that looks like you're wearing red overalls and a white undershirt. How do we feel about it, Jake?
No,
it's
Nebraska
not cool.
Just needs to keep it simple. They have some great uniforms. There's not a lot to them, but that's what makes them so great. No, just no. We don't need this.
I'm very much a believer that it's not cool, but it's so dumb that I love it. Like 1,000%. It's so dumb. It's not their regular unis, like you said. They got some of the best, most classic uniforms in college football history, but this is so stupid. I mean, they straight up have people out there in overalls and a white undershirt. This is wonderful. It's going to look great with their stupid mascot, Lil Red. I am okay. It doesn't seem like chat's in on it either. Sasquatch saying Adidas does good work. Look, man, whatever. Okay, nobody likes it. I like it, but maybe I'm biased. Yeah, there we go, Alondra. Thank you.
As a regular overall wearer.
Yeah, you do wear overalls. That's right.
I love it, and I'm kind of with you. It's so stupid. It's bad. I mean, it's so stupid. It's good.
Yes, I think it's definitely for me as well. That's the category that it exists in.
Yeah.
But if you're like a Nebraska, like you don't have to do this. Like this feels like something that like Rutgers would have to do.
Would you buy? But bro, would you buy that as a game day fit? Mm-hmm. Get some red pants to go with that jersey. Or I mean, at that point, should you just wear red overalls to the game? I guess it could go either way. Maybe there. I'm a fan.
I'm trying to pull up a closer look at these things, and oh my God, is this real?
I don't know, to be honest. I also had a feeling in the back of my head that maybe it's fake, but I don't see it doesn't seem like too crazy to me. It's Big Ten Media Days when this stuff would, ostensibly be revealed. So maybe not, but I hope so. I really do. Look, if Maryland's uniforms exist, why can't these?
Because that's Maryland.
Yeah. What about them? You disrespecting the Terrapins out here?
Name me 3 football players that played at Maryland.
Walter Isaacson, famous offensive tackle. Richard Reed, the old wide receiver for the Steelers in 76. And what was the guard's name that he used to be obsessed with growing up? Stephen Trosky. Great old guard. He was with the Seahawks in the 80s. Just a nasty guy. Those are my 3 favorite Terrapins personally. Does anybody believe me?
No, not.
No,
maybe the first one because you got to it quick, but then I was like, yeah.
Walter Isaacson's my a very famous biographer.
Okay.
From Tulane, Tulane professor, whom I love his books very much.
I mean,
name
me one actual football player.
Well, remember I called the Maryland chess tournament earlier this year, and they had a tackle that's in the NFL now.
All right, not current.
Look, I don't care about the players. I care about Ralph Friedgen. You're asking a lot of questions right now.
What does Maryland do? Okay. What does Nebraska do? Corn, cows, and fullbacks. What does Maryland do?
Yeah.
Crab cakes and football. Okay. So put some respect.
They do.
No,
no lights out Sean Merriman.
Is he Maryland?
Stephon Diggs.
More like Sean Maryland.
I don't hate that. Vernon Davis, tight end that broke the Saints' heart.
See, there we go, bro.
You're missing a good one, T-Bob, that I'm upset
Randy
about.
White.
Randy White.
Who's Randy White?
The Cowboys lover was going to say Randy White.
Who's Randy White?
He's Hall of Fame defensive tackle for the Cowboys.
When I tell you, I know nothing about Cowboys lore, guys.
Okay,
I know nothing. I just
he's a
learned
Hall of
who's their
Famer,
old
though.
tight end from all their early, not the 90s Super Bowl teams, but the other one, the Hall of Famer from like the 80s from the Landry teams. Yeah, I don't know any. Yeah, I don't know any of these guys, dude. Okay. I've never dove into Cowboys
Ask
history.
your dad about Randy White.
I know he
guarantee
will.
has
But
a
guess
story.
what? I don't give a damn about Randy White. F him. All right, Alvin Kamara, ton of sound coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Jono says, you have me thinking Walter Hines should play football for a second. No. Hey, Walter, I know I've DM'd you on Twitter a bunch because I randomly saw you follow me, but please, if you ever want to talk or if you hear this, please just get in touch with me. I love you so much. I would love nothing more than to get to interview you or just pick your brain or just talk to you. Please, please, please. I love you. All right, go to RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me. If you know Walter too, please give him this message. Go to RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. You want to feel better, faster, stronger. Recapture that youthful, energetic feeling you used to have when you're in your prime. And look, why not just treat the untreated effects of aging? That's andropause, menopause, facial aging, mood and memory problems, insomnia, lack of sleep, lack of energy, lack of confidence. These are treatable things, guys. And it's the plan that's custom to you and what your body tells them it needs. So get a free consult today. Go to RejuveMeMedical.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Thursday, July 25th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 88. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll hear from Saints running back Alvin Kamara after the first day of training camp, and we'll talk some LSU recruiting as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Oh, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Hope you're all having a great day. Hour number 2, T-Bob Hebert, Jake Hester, Taylor Sharp, and Alondra Villarreal hanging out with you today. All right, we got a lot of Alvin Kamara sound to get to here. Alvin Kamara, Saints opened up camp yesterday. Again, no major headlines out of camp. Kamara did practice in full. Chase Young did individual. I think those bear mentioning. Kendre Miller, who was already maybe in the doghouse a bit, gets hurt the first play of individual drills. His hamstring did his sound after the practice. Says that's a guy who's got to learn to get out the training room, basically. So not looking good for Saints' third-round running back pick. Not exactly a great omen to start practice. But after practice, Alvin Kamara spoke with media for 15 minutes, and it's about as open and as honest of a conversation as you will find in the NFL in a press conference situation. And we're going to get to a lot of it. So let's start with Kamara 1. This is his decision to show up while he's in the midst of a contract dispute.
Yeah, I ain't stupid. I ain't going to get the money up. I'm trying to get some money, right?
Oh, so smart.
I was going to be here. I mean, it's no one that has a jersey on. It's nobody, not even, I wouldn't even blame any coaches what's going on with contract issues right now, right? Like, I mean, this happens all across the league. It's happened here. It's happened everywhere, right? You know, people trying to get contracts, trying to get paid, and I'll be a fool to spite my teammates because of a dispute I'm having with upstairs, or I wouldn't even call it a dispute. We're just having conversations about compensation. So, man, I was gonna be here. I mean, Derek saw me and he was surprised, but you know, it's not like I was telling everybody like I'm gonna be here. But man, I'm not that guy. Like I'm for the team, so I'm here. I'm doing what I got to do. I'm working.
So Kamara, look, man, I just love the logic of, look, I think this whole thing is about me getting money. You're not about to fine me $50K a day. I could certainly appreciate that. And I mean, Jake, I don't know. I think that's just a good leader move, right? In the midst of going through something like this, compartmentalizing and still being out there with the balls. And trying to learn this new offense and trying to win for you, your brothers, your team, your city, all of that.
Yeah, so you want more money. You're not happy with your contract. Everybody knows that. You have made that known. But I like the move to still show up. And what they say yesterday, like he showed up. He had the conditioning test. He looked great. He was in great shape.
Yep.
So he's doing all the right things because that can go a complete opposite way. You can show up out of shape. You can not be there. You can get fined $50,000 per day because I've seen plenty of guys that should never have done that, but they did it, and then it racks up. And so, like, even if you sign your new deal, like, that money comes out of that new deal. And so I like the move from him to show up and to be there. And I like some of his quotes, like, hey, I'm trying to make more, not give you a ton of money. So, look, that's great for the Saints because with the new offense, like, you don't want one of, if not your biggest playmaker, starting kind of behind where everybody else is. Because now, like in mini camps and OTAs and all that, you put in probably 3 or 4 days of install. Well, here in training camp, you're getting to the nitty gritty. You're getting to the nuances of this offense, and you don't want your best playmaker behind everybody else and trying to play catch up all season long.
Here's Kamara 4. We're going to do a couple clips here on kind of him explaining what he's asking for. This is Kamara 4.
Just for me to set the record, I'm not asking for nothing. I'm not asking for nothing crazy where it's like, oh my gosh, we can't do that. Well, that's my perception of it. Whatever the perception is upstairs with whoever makes those decisions, it's obviously different than what my perception is. So, we just carry on. I got to just do what I do, not focus on what I got to do.
If that ain't the most relatable damn thing I've ever heard, you feeling like what you want is not crazy, but the higher-ups feeling like what you want is crazy. I mean, that is classic labor versus capital right there. I skipped over one that I wanted to play that, again, it explains what he's looking for. This is Kamara 3, and it's kind of getting on, look, is it about this year and the 11.8 this year? Is it about the future? What's it about?
Is it more about money this year or looking ahead?
Looking ahead. I mean, and I've said it before, I want to be a Saint. You know what I'm saying? I want to retire here. If I got to play football somewhere else, I'll probably be somewhere with my feet kicked up in Africa somewhere or something like that.
I mean, let's go, dude. How long have we wanted a coach or a player who just wanted to be here, who wasn't here? Yeah. And look, I think Drew Brees is this. I think Cam Jordan's obviously been this for his entire career. But a guy who just generally wants us, loves the city, loves the team, the franchise, wants to be one. Literally saying, "Look, I want to be a Saint. I've always wanted to retire a Saint. If I ain't a Saint, then like I might be good on all of this." Because as he would talk about this Kamara 7. He's not chasing money.
I think I've always told you I want to be a Saint for a long time, for as long as my career goes. And that's really all I'm looking for, really. I mean, some people say the money don't matter. The money does matter, but in the grand scheme of things, I made a lot of money, and I do well off the field also. So there's kind of like a feel of like, okay, well, I wanted to be fair, but at the same time, I'm not chasing nothing. You know what I'm saying? As far as money goes, I'm not chasing nothing that's outlandish or that's off-putting, that should be off-putting. So, I don't know. I'm just doing my duty.
So, again, Kamara seems to think that he is being very level-headed in what he's asking for. And honestly, he's being so level-headed and open in these answers that it's kind of hard not to side with him a bit. And also, I'm always going to lean towards labor anyway. But yeah, he basically said, look, and the 11 point, like, I think that's, the number making the year, it's a fair number. But after this year, they're going to void the contract, right? Because it's one of those classic Saints back-ended blown up for the final year, and then you void it, whatever. And he just wants extra years. And I guess when he thought that he was going to, when he thought, well, here's Alvin Kamara when he got approached about extension, because I don't think he thought this was going to be an issue. I thought they'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, and they'd have it worked out by now. This is Kamara 6.
I thought it was going to get converted.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they talked about doing an extension.
Yeah.
And then there was other talks about other things that I'm not going to get into.
Sure.
But I guess there were some feelings that I didn't do something, or I didn't do something that they wanted me to do, and we're here now. So I mean, it ain't really been too many conversations. I ain't had too many personal conversations with the parties involved. So,
Jake, before we get into his comments on the running back market and how he feels about his recent production, what's your initial reaction to everything you've heard out of Alvin Kamara now, kind of stating what he's looking for?
First off, I think he's doing it the right way and being there and not just not showing up and falling behind, and his teammates are wondering where you're at. So he's handled it the right way. And it sounds like he's not looking to set the market for running backs. It looks like he's probably looking somewhere in a top 5 running back deal. And again, like, knowing that you don't have a lot of offensive weapons that terrify defensive coordinators, like, the Saints are in a position where I wonder where they feel like they can go, because you drafted a running back in the 3rd round, and we've had people come on the show and say they think that, like, they drafted him to take over one day as RB1. Well, that guy is he's in the training room, and the head coach is pretty much already done with him, it sounds like. Now, not to say you can't work your way back, but that's where he's at right now. Jamal Williams, who led the NFL in touchdowns 2 years ago, you signed him to a $12 million deal. I mean, he hasn't really been a lot in New Orleans. Still like him as a player. Hope that the new offense can kind of lead him back in the same direction he came from, which is, one of the better tough runners in the NFL. We'll have to see. So Chris Olave on the PUP, right, to start off camp. Juwan Johnson. I mean, we could go on and on about where the Saints' weapons are. Well, Alvin Kamara has always been there. He always shows up. And in the right offense, because I don't think he's been in the right offense for a couple of years now. Like, you've tried to make him an inside zone runner. That's not his strength. Like, I still think he has leverage.
Yeah.
And I think that he realizes where he's at. And I think he realizes what he means to the team, and he wants to get compensated for it. So, again, doesn't sound like he's trying to get – certainly not Christian McCaffrey. It doesn't even sound like he's trying to get Barkley's deal.
No.
It kind of sounds like he's just trying to get a top 5 deal.
Yeah, he wants – and yeah, I mean, he's making 11.8 this year, right? And what did Barkley and all them sign for this offseason? About 12, 13?
Yeah.
I think Barkley was 12.5. So, yeah.
So, yeah, I wonder if he'd even take like 10 in a couple of years. I don't want to get too much into exact numbers because I don't know, but that's kind of the vibe that he's given off. And look, again, if Jordan Love gets, the most ever, like Alvin Kamara in my mind is still in a tier. And like you said, Jake, has the leverage on this roster where like if you're the Saints, don't cut off your nose to spite your face here. Here's Alvin Kamara's thoughts on the current running back market. This is Kamara 8.
It does and it doesn't, right? Because I've never looked at the running back market and said, okay, that's what I should be paid. Because, would y'all look at the running back market and be like, okay, you can't, it's situational. You can't compare everybody. Everybody's not the same. Just like if you want to go there, you could say, okay, well, the running back market is here, and then you look at a Christian and say, well, the running back market is this, so we can't pay him over this. Like, man, he deserved what he got. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got his money because he produced. So I don't look at the running back market. I'm looking at my situation.
I love that, Jake. Thinking about because and granted, you can say about anyone, or any position, but I actually disagree. I don't think there's a more situational market than the running back one, in that every single person seems like so unique. Like Christian McCaffrey and how much he gets paid is an outlier, but also like he's an outlier statistically. Saquon and a couple of guys that got paid this offseason in a way that we haven't really seen guys get paid. It's interesting because like their old teams thought they weren't good enough anymore, but then another team thought, hey, they're still pretty damn good to us. Like we'll still give them good money. So yeah, it's situational. And we'll get into what Kamara thinks about his production right now. But what's your reaction to his view of that market, Jake?
Well, also like when you look at Alvin Kamara and who he is as a player, he's probably thinking, I'm not just a running back. I mean, look at the catches that I've had in my career. I am more of a weapon, an X factor, like whatever you want to call it. And so that's probably another reason why he's not going to be confused for Derrick Henry, right? He's not going to be confused for a running back like that. Like he has value, and he just saw Josh Jacobs get paid, and Josh Jacobs is somebody that catches a ton of passes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to probably put himself into a different category because he is a different player, because he does other things other than just go up there, line up and run the football. So I kind of get it. I understand what he's saying there. Like, I'm not going to just look at the running backs and look where that market's set, because I feel like I'm a different player than that.
And so speaking of being situational, here is Alvin Kamara talking about his recent production and his situation.
I'm sure that's a point of emphasis when they're sitting there thinking about the business side of it and then moving forward. It is what it is. Personally, I'm not going to get into what they talking about because I don't know. I don't sit in those meetings. But for me, it was obviously disappointing the past 2 years I had. And I'm not going to point fingers at what it was or what. I just know I don't feel like I'm on a decline. I feel like I could play for 4 or 5 more years if I want to, if it goes there. But, I think that's probably part of the conversation. And then, at this position, we always get the age thrown at us, right? It's an aging running back. He's aging. He's almost 30 or this, that. So there's like a reluctancy to commit to an aging body at this position.
So, again, very clear-headed stuff from Alvin Kamara there saying, look, I'm not in those meetings. I can't speak about those meetings. I know they're saying things that probably wouldn't be too happy with, but hey, man, that's the business side of it. And acknowledging the reality that they don't want to pay aging running backs. Though, I mean, look, Raheem Mostert, 31 last year? Is that right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, he's an older runner. He's over 30.
31 last year, led the NFL in touchdowns, I believe, maybe rushing touchdowns. So, like, there's a couple of guys, maybe Alvin Kamara can start to fight against that as well. Here is, so you heard him say, like, I don't really want to get into maybe what went wrong the last couple of years. Here was this Kamara 12 on how big of an issue was top-down leadership last season.
I talked about it a lot, I think, and then, I mean, we talked about it in private, right? It's like a lot of things were going on and nobody was saying anything about it, and it was just like, okay, well, let's go to the next game and the next game, and nothing was really getting addressed, and y'all know better than me, when that happens, when things keep getting swept under the rug, people start disappearing, and a lot of people disappeared, so you just got to look at it like that, like you don't fire people for no reason.
That doesn't feel great for Carmichael. And that
don't
offensive
fire
staff.
people for no reason.
Yeah. Here's Alvin Kamara on whether he's seen more accountability already in this early season.
There's a different kind of accountability, I think. And I think, like, when we've been good around here, it was just unspoken. Like, it was certain shit that you just don't do, and it was certain shit that you do. And when you keep that right there how it is, then good happens. When that flips and, you kind of let a couple things here slide and a couple things there slide, then you get the result you got the past 2 years.
And finally, is Alvin Kamara in for the regular season, deal or no deal?
Alvin, just to clarify what you just answered to Brett, like you're here today and you're here through December even without a deal, is your plan? Through January?
I'm here today, man. It's beautiful. I'm breathing. I woke up. We got a good practice in. I'm here with my teammates. We'll see what happens.
So no full-on commitment, but I mean, again, from he's been so level-headed during all this. You know what you don't do during a negotiation? You don't commit something that concrete as to say, well, even if they don't give me a deal, I'll still play. Like, you have to maintain that leverage. But I could not be more impressed with Alvin Kamara and the way that he handled that situation yesterday, clearly getting his points across, being gracious to the people that he is disagreeing with, and presenting a very confident front, both on a personal and team level, about what he thinks went wrong last year and where it can go from here.
There is a big drop-off from the top 5 running backs, and Josh Jacobs comes in at number 5 at $12 million per year. And then there's a drop-off to number 6, Joe Mixon, all the way down to $8.5 million. And then you look at Derrick Henry, $8 million. DeAndre Swift, $8 million. Tony Pollard, $7.25. James Conner, $7 million, rounds out the top 10. Where do you think that Alvin Kamara is trying to get to? Because, right now, his current deal, he's number 2. So you have Christian McCaffrey 1, Kamara 2, Jonathan Taylor 3.
So he's making 11.8 this year, but what's his average value of the deal?
15.
Okay. So I would imagine then that he probably wants like 10 to 12, right? And they're probably trying to throw 8 at him. Do you think
he's trying to get in between where Josh Jacobs is at 5 at $12 million and Joe Mixon at 8.5?
I think so. I think he's probably in 10 to 12. Again, I'm really pulling this out my ass, guys. But this is just the read. I feel like he's probably getting 10 to 12, and I feel like they're probably trying to give him 8 or less.
Yeah. You can't give Alvin Kamara the same deal that Tony Pollard got. Like, that just sorry, Taylor, I know it's your boy, but that can't happen. Like, he's got to make more than 7.25.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. And also, if our poll from yesterday is to be believed, who in the world that is a fan, who in the world is going to side with the front office over Alvin Kamara? After all of those quotes, talking about want to retire, talking about if I stayed, I'll probably be in Africa somewhere, feet kicked up, chilling. Like, nah. Like Alvo says in the chat, if anything, this puts pressure on the front office to get that man signed. AK played that beautifully. He really did. It's after a master class of just vapid nothing that was yesterday's sound. This was a master class of actually insightful, fun to break down sound. So
hell,
thank you, Alvin
Dennis
Kamara.
Allen's best sound was today when he talked about Kendre Miller. Like, that's the first
'Cause it was
emotion
honest.
that he's created out of me.
Yeah, I agree. It was like an honest and like an actual take that you don't generally get. I mean, there's other Kamara's, or excuse me, there's other Allen song on here, but can you do Allen 5 on Penny? Let's see if this is good. Talking about Penny needs to show progress.
He's going into year 3, so this is kind of the year that he needs to really step up and make some progress. And I saw some of that, in the spring, and hopefully he'll be able to continue that throughout training camp and into this fall. And I think as much as anything for him, it's developing that confidence in himself that he belongs here and that he can do the things that are necessary, to play at this level. And I believe he can, and I'm going to give him an opportunity to see what he can do.
I think he heard us yesterday.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Maybe that's like a good, maybe a single, squirted it through, a little bloop single right there from DA.
Texas Leaguer is what we call that.
Yeah, applying pressure to Penny, but still kind of, trying to instill him with confidence as well. Maybe realizing that, outside looking in, Penny strikes me as the guy where maybe you got to juice him up a little bit, Jake, Might not be like the guy that you can just MF to death because it seems like his confidence is already shattered a bit. So you got to build him up a little bit there.
Yeah, he definitely feels like that without knowing him, which is kind of the opposite of the style of play that we saw at the Senior Bowl a couple of years ago. Like, he was a mauler and he was, to the echo of the whistle, as they say. He was trying to fight everybody. I'm like, okay, I like all this. Like, where's that guy? Where is he at? And I know he's coming from a smaller school. You get to the NFL and it's like, oh my God, I've never played against anybody as good as anybody here.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, but he did really well in the Senior Bowl. Like, where is that mean, nasty, tough, just giant offensive lineman that we saw down in Mobile? I'm wondering where that guy is as you try to plug in your headphones again.
Yeah, my elbow unplugged my headphones. I'm sorry, but I agree. All right, when we get back, more. I really do, though. Okay, I heard the beginning of it. When we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Trash Rangers today for all of your trash removal needs. If you live in a city or live in some Paris, chances are you've seen a lot of red cans popping up at your neighbor's house. That could be you, too. You go to Trash Rangers today. You go to trashsignup.com, and in just 3 minutes, you can see that you can select your number of cans, see your pickup days, prices, all of that if you live in Livingston or Ascension. Need more efficient service, reliable service, local service. They text you the night before to put out your cans, just realizing I forgot to put out my cans because unfortunately I live in Baton Rouge, so I can't work with Trash Rangers on a residential standpoint. But if I was a business owner, I'm not. But if I was, and I needed front load dumpsters and I needed them emptied out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week, well, guess what? No matter where you're at, Trash Rangers has your back. And they understand the flexibility needed as a business, and they can best work with you to find you your waste management solutions. Go to trashrangersllc.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $20,000 off the powerful Ram truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. God, I'm feeling good. Love it good. Morning burn, dude. Shout out Evolve, man. Puts me in a good mood every time I get those endorphins going before the show. All right. There's, you know where I want to go? Actually, I want to go baseball. I know we have recruiting on the docket next. We can touch on recruiting as well. LSU in the market for a couple of 3-star flips, which I know some of the hardcore recruiting balls are going to be like, you're going to ruin the blue chip ratio. You're going to bring down the rating of the class. But like every great class.
You know what I got to say to that?
No, I know. I know what you have to say to that.
All right.
But every great class needs some lower rated players that you believe in, where you trust your scouting and you're like, no. This guy is a guy. And it's always interesting to look at the offer sheet, right? Like one of the guys, I wrote about him yesterday and we never got to him. We'll get to him later this hour, but one of the guys that I want to talk about yesterday, you're trying to flip him from Texas. It's like, okay, he's a 3-star, but Texas and LSU are competing over him. Like, obviously, there's something on tape there that people that maybe the national recruiting services aren't seeing that these very good football minds are seeing. But how about LSU baseball, dude? The Baseball America releases their way too early 2025 rankings, excuse me. And what did you know? For a second year in a row, the LSU Tigers checking in as the number 1 team in the entire country. LSU 1, Florida 2, Florida State 3, Clemson 4, look at the ACC, A&M 5, Virginia 6, Tennessee 7, Arkansas 8, Duke 9, and Oregon State 10. Georgia coming in 11. So, again, the ACC and the SEC proving that already we have entered the 2 Uber conferences when it comes to that sport. But how do we feel about it, guys? LSU, number 1 again. I think some people's reaction may be like, no, not again. Look at last year. But I find that as someone who is an outsider in this world of baseball recruiting, I find that these early rankings are a great way to contextualize the job that Jay Johnson has done, right? Because there's a lot of names that get thrown out from the portal and everything else, and they're coming from this school or that school, and it becomes hard to parse. It's harder than football to be like, okay, well, how good is this kid? How good is that cat? So what now the guys who do this 24/7 are telling me is that the additions that he made through recruiting and through the portal are so good that they believe LSU is the number one team in the country next year. And that's a huge credit to Jay Johnson and his staff.
Yeah, I agree with you because you're right. There's so many names in the portal from a lot of different places as well. I mean, college baseball at the highest level has much more teams than it does in college football. So it's harder to know all the different names, and certainly some of the smaller school guys that are really good baseball players that, you know, Jay's been able and others have been able to get on their roster through the transfer portal. But I agree. It's a good sign, right? Things you've done in recruiting, in high school recruiting, through the transfer portal, and also guys that did not go to the draft. Like, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment right now, but is there a more impactful player that was in the draft and didn't get selected and came back to a school when you weren't expecting him to than Bear Jones?
I mean, I don't know the national scene well enough to answer that, but
it just felt like he was already gone.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, you're getting a guy back that has a real chance to hit 30-plus homers next year. And there's what? 3 of those guys any given year, maybe?
Right.
He has a real chance, I believe, to like have more walks than strikeouts next year. Yeah, here's the Baseball America breakdown. LSU has a lot to replace. All-American slugger Tommy White is gone, as is the 1-2 punch in the starting rotation of Gage Jump and Luke Holman, plus release ace Griffin Herring. The Tigers turned 6 players from their lineup at the end of the season, including Michael Braswell and Jared Jones, and freshman All-American Stephen Milam. Right-hander Chase Shores, a projected first-round pick, should be healthy after missing 22-4 due to Tommy John. The Tigers also landed elite portal commitments from second baseman Daniel Dickinson, right-hander Anthony Aitson, both who played for Team USA, and a slew of others, including outfielder Chris Stanfield, that's from Auburn, right-hander Zach Cohen, that's the Wofford Ace, William Schmidt, the top prep right-hander of the draft class, opted to come to school, giving LSU their highest-ranked pitcher to make a campus since Jack Leiter. So, yeah, that there is the reasoning. It's Braswell, Jones, Milam being back, Chase Shores being back from injury, adding a couple of Team USA cats, and then a really good recruiting class on top of it. Really, I mean, when you think about roster management in the age of modern-day college sports, Johnson did it all. He retained, he brought in portal, and he brought in a great recruiting class. Oh, and sorry, and then they would go on to say LSU has as much pure talent as anyone. Now it'll be up to Johnson to manage that roster, and he's proven to be very adept at that part of the job over the last 2 years. Completely agree on all fronts. No notes, Baseball America. Great job. Great job.
There's going to be a time where it's going to be a lot of fun, and I know a guy named Hunt Palmer is going to be out there in the fall in the stands, just enjoying trying to find out where everyone is going to be placed, because through the portal, you've gotten a bunch of players that are like multi-position players. Like they've played in a number of different spots, which is great because that means you can kind of piece together, your best lineup, knowing you've got some versatility with some different guys, right? I mean, you can play third, first. We got, some that have played catcher third. You got some that have played both infield positions. Some have played, both corner, outfield, and first base positions. So you got a lot of flexibility trying to maybe get the best bats in the lineup, knowing that you can kind of move some pieces around.
I missed this yesterday, Jake, as well. Thank you to chat for reminding me of this. But we talked about this weeks and weeks ago about how one of the hidden NCAA changes amongst all the others was going to be a change in scholarship limits. Well, how about this? So football gets their scholarships bumped up from 85 to 105. So more opportunity there for players. Love that. But baseball, finally. This comes from Yahoo Sports, and this is Ross Dellinger. Baseball, with a current scholarship restriction of 11.7, is expected to have a roster of 34. So 34 scholarship spots now on the baseball team. You can finally get your education for free if you're good enough to play college baseball. Shout out softball as well. Softball and volleyball, they're currently at 12 scholarships. They get increased to 25 and 18, respectively. So more opportunity being given across all of the major sports, but really massive for the schools that give a damn about baseball.
Yeah, like some of like the biggest scholarships that you would see in baseball were like 60%.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. Like that guy's like big man on campus and he's paying to go to school.
It's crazy.
That does not make sense to me. Certainly like here in the SEC, like maybe in the Big Ten, it's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And you're on partial scholarship. That should never be the case in the ACC, in the SEC, and I'd even say in the Big 12, and certainly for a time in the Pac-12 when, USC and all those other teams were really good, some of the best in the country. So this is long overdue because baseball means as much as anything outside of football in the SEC.
Yeah, 100%. And
I'd say softball's right there as well. So
it's funny too, because like old football players always complain about not, being in the age of NIL. How do you think these baseball players feel? Like when they're like, hold up now, they get their school paper and they're getting paid on top of it. Like all the old head baseball players got double screwed. But you know what? Better late than never. That's what I always say. And so good on the NCAA for, another NCAA W. It's about 3 or 4 in a row now, guys. Somebody check on hell. Is it feeling a little icy down there? Someone turn on the AC. All right, when we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Deeply satisfying video of ceramic art that I'm watching right now. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, where you'll get deeply satisfying deals on anything you want. Luxury SUV, big old truck, maybe a smaller truck. You need a luxury sedan. You want a hybrid, you want a Highlander, RAV4, Camry, like you want the minivan. For me personally, the Toyota Sienna is the premier minivan. Am I biased? I don't know. Impossible for me to say. What I do know is that I was so pleased with the first Sienna that I got from All-Star back in 2018 that a couple of years ago, what I do, I doubled it up, got 2 murdered out minis. That could be you as well. They're right there over Airline in Goodwood. Go check out the service center. All makes and models welcome there. Free professional estimate. Excellent lines of communication throughout. Shuttle service that'll drop you off and pick you back up. Rental cars right there available on site. Factory parts available right there on site. Again, one-stop vehicular shop. We talking about All-Star Toyota, Mike.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Farming is a way of life for us.
It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. So, LSU in the market to maybe try to flip a Michigan wide receiver commit from Destrehan. Sounds like a funny sentence. Philip Wright out of Destrehan. Small guy, but a fast guy. Jake, he's about 5'11", 175 is what he weighed in at in January of the 2024 All-American National Combine. Track guy, great speed. LSU coming a bit late to him in the process, but going to do their best to try to flip him and join him in this class. Oh, wait, by the way, I forgot to mention. I don't know. We couldn't quite figure out if that Nebraska uniform's fake or not. We think it's fake, the red overall uniform, but we did come up with a better Nebraska uniform pitch, Jake. Let me know if you agree with this. A full-on unicorn, uniform, a corn uniform. Where
Okay, yeah, I was like
no, not unicorn, sorry. I tried to combine the two, and then I just realized I made a word that already existed. But think about like actual corn print, okay? Like giant corn kernels, like you're a giant piece of corn on the chest, corn helmet, but then like on your legs and kind of running up the sides, like the green, like the green casing. You shuck corn. Well, yeah, what's the actual like? The covering called the stalk I think of as like the main shaft, true. whatever the leaves are. Imagine those like kind of running up your pants and then looking like they taper off, like you've already kind of peeled back the corn. Just a bunch of guys running around looking like giant pieces of corn. Somebody needs to AI that image up. I think that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, that would probably play just like when the Florida Gators tried to do the gator skin jerseys, and those were horrid.
They were awful. They were awful, right? But they were so awful that there was at least some sort of you know what, you went for it. And I would love, and it's Husks. Thank you, Alondra. I don't know why I'm such an idiot, but
Cornhuskers.
Yeah, Husks is what we were looking for there. God, my brain doesn't work. But I think that would be fantastic. Taylor, I'm going to put you in an unfair spot. I don't really have an opinion on this Philip Wright kid. I know that you have a take on everything. Give me a take on
he had a
Philip
take
Wright.
on Bronny's high school basketball team.
I
know he's
it's
ready to go.
I've never seen anything like it. My man stays locked and loaded. Or if you have like a different take that you just want to get off your chest about anything today, feel free. The floor is yours.
Philip Wright, he's a fast guy. He's a 4.5 speed. He's up to about 175 now. His recruiting profile says around 160. That's kind of why he's flying under the radar. He's just a little bit of an undersized guy. I always look, we were talking during break, I always look at who's offered them based on, instead of the number of stars. He's offered by a lot of the big name programs. I mean, we talked about it. He's committed to Michigan. This is somebody that LSU kind of jumped on late. He is participating tomorrow in this Bayou Splash.
Shout out
this
to Bayou
weekend.
Splash.
He's going to be one of the recruits there. There's a ton of big name recruits. And to me, that actually says a lot about him because you got all these 4- and 5-star guys, and then you invite a guy like Philip Wright in. I mean, that to me tells me all I need to know about what this particular coaching staff thinks of Philip Wright. He's an explosive player, 10.46 in the 100 meter and a 21.4 in the 200, so he can fly. We'll see if they can get him to campus, but I like his potential.
See, guys, that's why Taylor's going to make it. That's why Taylor's going to make it in this business. So the other guy I was referencing from yesterday that we never ended up getting into, got lost in the sauce, was Aiden Anding. This is a cornerback out of Ruston, Jake. Again, a 3-star. He's long been considered a Texas lean. And LSU didn't offer him till the end of June, right? Which I don't know about from your experience, Jake. Well, I guess in your experience it might have been different because I think you got a late LSU offer, kind of immediately hopped on it, right? Sometimes I feel like hometown kids can feel very burned when you've had like Texas out here really wanting you there this whole time, and then Texas like shows up at the end of June. And so he said, did I not write down his quote here? He basically said, he had a quote that's, to paraphrase, I think he sounded like a little miffed they had an offer, but was also like, it's LSU, it's my hometown, it's very, it's very, he likes Corey Raymond, the coaching staff. So, but again, another guy who's a 3-star, but has a very nice offer sheet, and big schools competing around. So maybe another underrated kind of cat here out of 318.
Yeah, I don't think that it should matter like when you get the offer. It's once you get the offer, what is the messaging? Like, what are they telling you about what they think you can be there? I've told you this story before, T. Like with Oklahoma, they offered me late, but I was like, okay, well, I'm interested. This is before LSU offer. I'm like, tell me the plan. Like what's going on here?
Yeah.
And that's before I knew Adrian Peterson was going to go there. But they had a fullback. I think his name was J.D. Runnels. Really good college football player, but he was like a redshirt freshman. So he'd have been a redshirt sophomore my freshman year. And I'm like, okay, sell me on the program. Like, well, I think J.D. Runnels is our best overall football player. Like, he does so much for us. And I'm like, so your pitch is to tell me that the position that I'm coming in to play, I'm going to be 1 year behind J.D. Runnels, who's a redshirt sophomore, and you think he's your best overall football player for all the things that he does for your team? That's not a great pitch. Like, I'll come in and compete, but if you already pretty much told me you're in love with him, how do you have space for me? And so it doesn't necessarily, at least for me, it didn't matter when you came in. It's, okay, what is your plan for me once I get to campus? And Oklahoma fumbled the bag in their pitch. And so you hope that LSU, is telling him, hey, I know we were late. Here's why we were late, but here's why we wanted to offer you now, because we believe you can be A, B, and C.
This is a great point. The pitch should matter more than the timing. Absolutely. But again, like, a late offer that I got was from Florida, and this is ever I had all the big offers. And I remember like Billy Gonzalez tried to be like, "Oh, I didn't have your number. I've been calling the wrong number for months." I was like,
"Oh,
all right, come on, okay, come on now, come on now."
I've been calling the wrong number.
Yeah, come on now. I ain't dumb. I mean, I was dumb. I am dumb, but I ain't that dumb.
Coach Saban told me, he's like, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really know anything about you, and I came to practice today to recruit other people, and you stood out, and I'm gonna offer you today. Like, you were straight up honest.
So you said J.D. Runnels. Is DJ Wackles a funny joke? Okay.
I'll give you that one.
Okay, thank you, Alondra.
Alondra, don't.
I needed something.
Do not.
I needed something. We're gonna count it as a win.
I'm sorry. I like those jokes.
Count it as a win. Hour 2 of OTB. Anchors away. Coming up next here on Off the Bench.
Alondra's
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yeah, he's in a great mood. Easy crowd.
Easy crowd.
In a great mood.
Get Gordon. Get it done.
DJ Wackles.
Great fullback. See, you like it. Go to getgordon.com today. Go follow him on social media at getgordon. You'll see a lot of great content from the G-Man himself and from the G-team themselves. A lot of your favorite LSU athletes, right? Supported by Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. One of the reasons why LSU's going through this kind of athletic golden age is because of people like Gordon McKernan and the Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys who support these young athletes and allow them to benefit off of their talents. Hell yeah. If you need to benefit off of a bad situation, you get in an accident, you need somebody who's going to stand up for you, get you what you deserve. You want to get Gordon. You want to get it done. You want to call 225-888-8888. Again, getgordon.com. You can see satisfied results for past clients. You can fill out a consult right there on the website. Get Gordon. Get it done.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to OTB. If you're watching on youtube.com/1045 ESPN, as you can see, I'm back in the Admiral outfit. It is time for an update on your Navy midshipmen, headed by the ultimate seaman himself, myself, T-Bob. It was not a banner start for Admiral Hebert. It wasn't all bad, Jake, okay? I don't know what happened to defense in the second half. Defense the first half was popping off. In fact, we even had a great highlight in the first half. Watch this, Jake. And tell me this doesn't make you pretty excited here. This down 7-3 thanks to some bad turnovers. Again, we're playing FCS East. There are not actually FCS schools in the game, so they make them up. These are the FCS East astronauts. In my own headcanon, I made them the Space Force. So this is just another military wing that I'm playing here. But I was down 7-3. Look at this play. Watch it. This is how you play NCAA, guys. Just go ahead and hit the audio. Yeah.
Format is ice cold. What a. There we go. Solid pitch.
House call. House call. We get it back. Hide and run. Go. 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 Hide and run. Go. Yes. Oh. No. How about that, Taylor?
See the Juke boys.
How about that, Taylor?
Did you see it?
So, as you can tell, vibes were high. Long touchdowns, 10-7. Defense kicking ass. Something happened in the second half of that game. I don't know what it was. The defense could not get off the field. In fact, I end up going down late. I fight back, score with 1.5 minutes left on 3rd and goal to take a 3-point lead. They get it back with 1.5 minutes left. They drive all the way down their goal line stand. They kick a field goal, tie it up. I get the ball back with 30 seconds left. Like an idiot, I tried to throw the ball 3 times in a row. Should have just went to OT and accepted that it was a tough day and tried to fight it. So I throw the ball, no time taken off the clock. I punt it back to them. And then they run the ball. I think they're playing for OT. I'm chilling. And then this happens. Stop this. Stop this if this is the video sound. Is this the video sound?
Yeah, can we save it for the opening set? Because we don't have time for it.
Oh, you're saying we don't have time for it. I didn't even see. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, we're not going to save for the opening. It's
Okay,
over.
sorry.
The bottom line is, guys, no, it's not my fault on the clock. The bottom line is, guys, there's a lot of noise out there. Did we lose to an FCS school to open my tenure? Yes. There's a lot of noise out there, but the only people that matter are in my locker room right now. And we're going to be better. I promise you. And it starts with me. Okay? It's not how you start. It's all about how you finish. Midshipmen coming back. Hour 3 of OTB next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get ready for some munchies, guys. K2Z window coverings. Go to ktozblinds.com. ktozblinds.com. Brandon Barnes is going to come out to your home. He's going to use his scientific barometers and whatnot. He's going to figure out exactly how the sun interacts with your home at every single part of the day. And with that information, then armed with that information, he's going to offer you a plethora of options to take your home to the next level from both an aesthetic and functional standpoint. So you want those honeycomb shades where you can make it, you can allow wonderful streaming, beautiful sunlight in and then shut it off immediately. Like if you got to work a graveyard shift, you need it to be super dark during the day. Maybe a baby room, theater room, like they got you, man. Get a little drop down shade for outside, make it cool where you're out there grilling and chilling, and save you some money on some cooling bills. It's all at K2Z window coverings.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Thursday, July 25th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 88. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll be joined by LSU executive chef Michael Johnson at 9:15 for our weekly Munchie segment. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, y'all? Welcome in. Hour number 3 of OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Alondra Taylor, and Bailey back in studio. Intern Bailey back in studio. Bailey, what's going on? How you doing this Thursday morning? How's summer treating you?
It's doing good.
Yeah, you got to go to the mall today. Go do some walking.
No.
You do some. Have you? Well, next time you go, I want a Spencer. So we need to start giving you some assignments, okay? Because yesterday,
Watch
Chad,
Mallrats should be one too.
You should watch Mallrats. Is that rated R? Do your parents care? Do your parents care?
She's 17. You can watch rated R movies at 17.
Can you? Yeah. Okay, you're right. Because like,
yeah, I mean, her
NC-17.
first words on this show were rated R.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, legend. I forgot about that, Bailey. Hell yeah, legend. Fit in perfectly. All right. So Chad was saying that you looked bored yesterday, so we're gonna start giving you some assignments. Okay. Next time you go to the mall, I need a Spencer's Gifts book report. When you get back, kind of what you stood out to you, overall thoughts. But how about for tomorrow? I want you to put together a Gen Z quiz. It could be like 3 or 5 questions. Nothing over the top, nothing too serious. But I want you to just come up with questions that to hit me and Jake with to see how cool and relevant we still are and whether or not we know what you're talking about. And I'll leave. Look, you get to be the maestro here. Form the questions kind of however you want. Are you amenable to that? Are you open to that?
I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
Okay, that's great. Great planning on my part. Excellent job. Okay, well, let's do this then. When's the next time you're here?
Probably like sometime in August.
Okay, great. Even worse. This is really just going downhill fast, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then 2 homework assignments, a couple summer projects. Next time you're here in August, Spencer's Gifts book report, okay, and Gen Z quiz. Are we okay with that?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Bailey. Intern. Shout out.
To be fair, August is like next week.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Is it? What's the day?
Yeah, August
25th.
is the next Thursday.
I'll be damn.
Oh, well, let's go, boys. Football season's almost here. What are we most looking forward to for the start of football season?
Whiskey and wine.
Hell yeah, going to be super fun. I can't wait. Vegas
I'm not looking
whiskey
forward
and
to
wine
that.
Be crazy. Why? You've had a good time every time you've come out to whiskey and wine.
I know, but I don't really get to watch.
Yeah,
so,
I know. No, I know.
You know.
You've never came when I was there.
It's tough. It's
I come pregame. I don't
Yeah.
actually like sit there for
I
the
don't
show.
go
I
to
just
pregame.
I come for the pregame vibes and the camaraderie of watching the game together.
That's what I try to tell everybody. Like, if you just care about the show, then it's probably actually better to watch at home because you can't really hear us at the bar. But the vibes at Don Juan during the game are really fantastic.
Even a day game, even like a noon kick.
Oh, God. Okay, even noon kick. Like, you're not going to find better vibes. And, like, it's such an eclectic group.
Oh, my gosh,
Old, young, black, white, yellow, hippie, conservative. Like, we really run the gamut when it comes to the crew that we've developed. But we're always looking to add people to the crew. So, you want to come smoke some cigars? You want to get your drink on? Watch LSU with a bunch of other psychos that are going to live and die on every single play. Yeah, guys.
Sit in the corner and cry your eyes out with me.
Yeah, when things go awry. Or are you talking about the cigar smoke?
The smoke kills me.
Oh, yeah, the smokes, it's something. It's an element. It's a part of it.
It is a vibe, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So,
oh, my God.
Hey, how many shows are we doing in Vegas? Like, when are we leaving? Are we doing Thursday, Friday? Is it just Friday? Or actually, Monday. I think we have to stay after the game and do a Monday show, if I'm not mistaken.
You know me. I am travel plan agnostic, so I have no idea. I have no idea where we're staying. I have no idea what the plans are. But
Monday's Labor Day.
Show y'all tell me when, and I'm gonna be ready. Yeah, bro, we're definitely staying for Monday. I mean, because like the game's Sunday night.
That night.
We're not gonna miss the Monday show. Hell, I'm gonna probably be finishing up Whiskey and Wine around 1 a.m. or something. And then because we're in Mountain Time, show's gonna start at 5 a.m. Is that right? Or no, 4? No, 6?
Yeah, no, it'll be 5.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, because it's West Coast time.
Yeah.
It is West Coast. Yeah, we're 2 hours.
Behind.
Yeah. So maybe I just won't sleep. I don't know. Maybe I'll. I
No.
don't know. What?
Don't do that.
I've done it before.
Don't do that.
I've done it before. I ain't scared.
I know you're not, and I've seen you lay on the ground during breaks when you haven't slept.
Yeah.
But we're gonna need you. Because after LSU beats USC, we're going to need the energy.
You know what's funny? I just, well, I mean, that's gonna be, if we finally go out there and open the season well and kick ass in a week 1 game, you ain't gonna have to worry about energy from your boy. Okay, it's gonna be there. Now, if you let Miller Moss beat you. And give me the Lincoln Riley Mickey Mouse clip again ready to go when I call for it. But if you let Miller Moss beat you and that beta, Lincoln Riley, is out here trying to cancel USC, Notre Dame. If you didn't listen to the show earlier, we broke it down. He's already tried to cancel LSU, USC for 2 years. He canceled USC, Ole Miss. Now, yesterday, he's trying to talk about scheduling for championships and maybe like LSU, USC, Notre Dame doesn't even happen, blah, 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 blah. And again... And now he's making excuses about why he's not on Ohio State and Oregon's level. And again, when you hear this clip, somebody applied a Mickey Mouse filter to Lincoln Riley's voice, but he is talking. This is him saying all these things. Here's Lincoln Riley on he's so hard the job that he took over versus the others.
Yeah, well, we are the top of the Big Ten Conference. We're the top of any conference. I don't ever look at ourselves below anybody. I never will. Listen, 2 years ago, look where Ohio State, Oregon were 2 years ago. Look what they took over. Look what we took over. It takes time. I'm not a magician. I can't wave a magic wand and everything just be perfect right away. If I'm one area that we have made progress. So this thing's got momentum. It's coming. Nothing's going to stop it. That's fine. They start at a different point. We'll see where it ends up.
Funny on so many different levels. Not just because of the fact that Mickey's actually one of the more famous animated magicians. He's the literal Sorcerer's Apprentice in Fantasia. But it's just so weird to hear him talk about where they started versus where they are now and momentum when he doesn't have momentum. It's going in the wrong direction. Like, it's gotten worse from year 1 to year 2. And it looked better year 1 than it did for Oregon. Like, it's just crazy that he would complain about where Lanning started versus where he started when he had a better year 1 than Lanning. And Lanning's objectively, obviously, rocketed that Oregon program up. Jake, so were you the one that told us this? Like, He's never had a team finish higher than the one from the year before.
Yeah, he has never had a team that, finished 10th and the next year they finished 8th or 5th or no, it's always been worse or on the same level. It's never been better.
And then this man wants to go out there and he wants to hate on Ryan Day and where Ryan Day started, but like that's Lincoln Riley as well. Like, yes, Ryan Day's third base. He was born on third. Absolutely. But he's done a hell of a job with it. Even with the Michigan losses.
He's been there long. Yeah, he's been there long enough where he's had to do his own deal.
Oh yeah, for sure. But born on third, right? Still.
Yeah. He scored after like a year. Like he's reached home, but he had to get back up to the plate.
Yes, but like Lincoln Riley was born on third at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He took over one of the most elite, stable, awesome programs in college football history that Bob Stoops had rolling up there. Yeah. So it's just so it's just so it's so head in the sand on so many different levels. That clip from Riley is, and that's not even getting into the head in the sand of just straight up trying to avoid some of these great games and having the gall to sit out there and say, we don't want to play Notre Dame anymore. Ugh. Disgusting.
Not only that they don't want to play Notre Dame, but basically they only want to play directional school U and then conference play.
Yeah. Yeah. Cowards.
Yeah.
Cowards. God,
they want to play the astronauts.
Okay, well, no, you don't want to see the astronauts, okay? Okay? That's like playing a Mike Leach FCS team. Like you might get well, I guess actually
didn't Leach. They run the same offense that you were running?
Yes. So how did they throw the ball so well? Because I can't complete a pass with Navy. Like literally not
I like
a
how you had the controller
pass.
over your head too. Like you were chilling. Like you were big chilling. Like, oh man, overtime. No big deal.
Yeah,
playing behind your head.
So we didn't get to play this clip, but yes, they run the ball. I think they're running out the clock. I'm like, okay, OT. I'm starting to get my mind right, and then they go over the top on me. But yeah, the astronauts, no, that's like a marquee matchup, to be clear. Like if USC scheduled the astronauts, we'd give them like credit come year's end. It's okay. Look, again, guys, I don't know my team. My goal for today, I'm going to look at my roster. I'm going to learn everybody's name. I got to be better. I got to learn my team. And that's where it's got to start with me. Okay. And then from there, we're going to be better. I got the best player in the league next week. J12, rising actor. He's on a big Netflix series coming out. But he's the best NCAA player in the career. He's at Temple. Okay. And guess what? The Midshipmen, let our actions do the talking, okay?
So who played with the astronauts then?
Nobody. If you don't play another human, you play the computer. I lost to the computer, an FCS computer team, to be clear. Yeah, bro. I know. I said at the beginning of the stream that I'm dog crap at the game, and well,
how many people you got in this group?
Full AAC lineups. What is that? Like 16 teams, maybe?
Oh, okay.
16 players. Yeah. Everybody's putting in $40 a piece. I might as well take those $40 and just light it on fire because it ain't for me. But pay to play, whatnot. All right. When we get back, let's get to some munchies with Chef Michael Johnson. Keep it locked, OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go ahead and get your munchies questions in the chat, guys. Okay. Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Any plumbing problems that you have, you go to Central Plumbing. They've had it for 50 years. They got the flat rate pricing. They send you information ahead of time about who's coming into your home so you can trust them, feel good about it. Of course, everybody working is going to be licensed, bonded, and insured, and they offer great warranty once the work is done. So that's peace of mind every step along the way. Also, 24/7 emergency service. So if it's a weekend, weekday, holiday, and you're like, man, I'm in deep doo-doo. Okay. Well, they come out, they clear out that doo-doo. Get it out of here. Clean pipes only here at Central Plumbing. But it's not just repairs, man. If you want a full bathroom remodel, great gift idea, expensive, yes, but legendary gift idea. They can do your bathroom remodel, to give you a tankless water heater. Never have to worry about hot water again. It's all at Central Plumbing. Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Érase una vez un Infinity, diseñado para despertar tu imaginación y desafiarte a soñar, con 3 lujosas filas de asientos. El totalmente nuevo Infinity QX80 de 3 filas.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
The best. Oh, you're gonna take me home tonight. Oh, down beside that red firelight. Oh, you're gonna let it all.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Brian Burton says, you guys ever have a coworker that just drains you mentally every time you talk to them? Yes, Brian. Oh, good job. You know what? I don't want to speak for him, but I know I love a fat bottom girl, and I'm going to say our next guest loves one as well. That's Chef Michael Johnson. Chef Johnson, what's happening, bro?
How are you guys?
Doing great, man. Would you agree that fat bottom girls make the rock and world go round?
Say again?
Would you agree that fat bottom girls make the rock and world go round?
I suppose you have to, bro.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. What's the culinary equivalent of a fat bottomed woman?
Oh, that's got to be a pork belly or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
you know?
God, let me in it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm getting hungry. Hashtag munchies. Okay, I don't know what this is. What's the best, so if I ask something inappropriate, I apologize. What's the best way to prepare and cook a terrace major? Terrace major? T-E-R-E-S major?
Terrace major.
What's a terrace major?
It's just a soft cut steak, right? So You can actually treat a terrace major like it depends on, because actually the terrace major runs like kind of firm to soft. So at the ends of the terrace major where it's connected to other muscle groups, it gets a little bit firm, but in the middle of it, it's super soft. And you can, steaks are great for it. Just throwing it on the grill. If it's getting to the tougher end of things, anytime, and this isn't just terrace major. This is any kind of muscle grouping that you're cooking. If it's tougher, you need to use slower and lower cooking methodologies. Braising helps with that, but even just cooking it at a slower temperature, at a lower temperature, and taking its time, it helps those connective tissues release. Yeah.
I need to stop being such a steak elitist and start exploring different cuts. Like, I need to start exploring different cuts. I can't remember. You told me years ago, Chef, but what's kind of your best ribeye substitute that's maybe a bit more affordable?
Yeah, the eye of the chuck is what so the ribeye runs into that, and that muscle grouping, like at the end of the ribeye. So the spinalis is the outside of the ribeye, that really crazy looking marbly piece that is like a cap that peels off, and then you have like the center cut, or like they call it a cowgirl once you take the spinalis off and you cut a steak out of that just super perfectly looking round piece of steak. So that muscle group runs into the chuck, and that's the eye of the chuck, and that's, it used to be you can get that for super discounted price, and now everybody
caught on.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Is it still cheaper than buying a ribeye though?
Oh yeah,
okay,
for sure.
Hashtag Munchies. Has Chef ever had to deal with a person who had a fad diet or an unusual diet?
Oh my God, every day. Jeez. Yeah.
Not the person, but like, what's the worst one? The one that you just like didn't believe, or you're like, what is this?
It's not just the diet. It's just, like some people, like I had a lady that came into the restaurant one time and told me that she was allergic to iceberg lettuce. And then she turned around and said that she had to eat the spring mix, that she could only eat spring mix. Now, there is such a thing as a lettuce allergy, but anything that's in iceberg is going to be in those other types of lettuce.
Yes.
Like iceberg lettuce is very simple. Like it doesn't have much to it. So anything that's in that is going to be in the other greens. So it's. And I don't know, the diets are so wild. There's somebody out there making $1 million off of people's insecurities.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part is that, it really is about calorie in, calorie out. And I think that human beings as a whole are looking for the quick fix for something that they have taken years to abuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
I don't know. That's a frustrating deal, and once somebody gets it into their head that this is the diet for them, then they start selling it to everybody else. Like I've heard this before. How do you know a vegan is a vegan? Because they'll tell you.
Yeah, they absolutely will, dude.
Yeah, and nothing against veganism, but that's the way it is. Like once somebody believes that they have the best diet, then they start going and pushing it off on other people, even regardless of whether it's true or not.
I like this question from Gold South. Hashtag Munchies. Are Michelin-rated restaurants overrated?
I guess that just depends on, what you expect to get out of a restaurant. It's kind of like the French wine of the past to me. You know what I mean? Like there are restaurants out there that you can go to and you can enjoy and experience and have a great time for so much less. Like monetarily.
Yeah.
And it just depends on. If that kind of stuff is important to you. To me, it's, like it's part of the Michelin star is the experience, how professionally they handle you. Mm-hmm. But in that, it's also, like if you don't like stuffy, if, like a lot of the times that you go into that, I don't like to be too engaged when I go out to eat, like I like to be just the right amount of attention, not too much, and
the Goldilocks attention.
Yeah, God, dog. It's like it's baby bear, right? Like I don't want too much, not too much, just right. Yeah. So a lot of those places, man. Not only that, I think it also puts so much pressure on chefs to accomplish those things. Like do you have any idea how many Michelin star chefs who've lost stars have committed suicide?
What?
It's crazy. It's crazy. And that to me is, I don't know. I don't ever, me personally, I don't ever want to be put in that position to where that star means so much to me that I feel like my life has failed. You know what I mean?
And excuse my ignorance, but it's not just the food, right? Like it's the whole experience.
No, it is. It's, from the booking of the reservation to how you're treated.
Ugh.
I think some of it is if you're attached to a hotel or not. The stipulations behind it are just obscene. It's meant for people with lots of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so is it overrated? I guess it depends on if I have more important things in my life personally, than to that's not one of my priorities to go out and be seen that way.
No, it's for the Nicholas Holt character from The Menu.
Yeah, right.
The foodie.
Yes.
The foodie
Yes.
is like just obsessed with everything but doesn't know how to do anything. Hashtag munchies. What is the perfect fat ratio for ground beef?
I like 80-20. That's what we use. And a lot of people look at that and say, you're a nutrition center. Why don't you go lean? But we have a lot of people that are on, with fat, as long as you're burning it quickly, and our athletes burn calories quickly, it's not necessarily harmful for your body. It's when you go out and eat something fatty and then you sit and rest and you don't do anything with that calorie, you just let it get sit to where you're not burning it, to where it starts collecting, so to speak.
Hashtag munchies. What's Chef's favorite drink using tequila?
What's that now?
Favorite drink with tequila?
I kind of like it just in a shot glass.
Yeah, me too, bro. I'm a big tequila neat guy. Maybe on a cube or two. That's become my new nightcap of choice.
If it's really good tequila, that to me is how you should drink it.
Yeah.
Now I will drink. I like what they call a Jalisco Mule. It's like a Moscow Mule, but with tequila. It's very, very refreshing.
A Moscow Mule with good tequila? What are mules normally made with? Vodka?
Vodka, yeah. So normal mule is, I forget the. I want to call it a Mexican mule. A Moscow Mule is made with vodka.
Okay, that makes it. So Mexican Mule with tequila. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a Jalisco, being the capital of Mexico, is or one of the capitals of the countries, or the cities down there, the states down there is Jalisco, and so they call it a Jalisco Mule. Some people call it a Mexican Mule, but
Well, Mexican mules. I've been a Mexican Mule a time or another. Okay, that's something completely different, Chef. You just gotta hope the balloon. You just gotta hope the balloon doesn't pop. That's when you're gonna get into trouble. And a lot of good friends go out that way.
I stepped into that one.
Hashtag munchies. Do you find? Here's a very advanced question. Do you find a higher protein diet makes you more sluggish than American standard or a Mediterranean diet?
I think it definitely can. And it goes protein. A lot of people don't understand this, but even protein. Protein is the second most caloric, and then as far as carbs and fats and stuff. And so if you're not using that immediately, it's going to be wasted, and it can settle on the body. And that's the thing is that no single human being is going to be like the next, right? Our genetic makeup says that we need to have our own individualized diet based off of our genetic needs. Some people have a predisposition for staying lean. Some people have a disposition for gaining fat, and so there's not a magic bullet. But I do definitely believe, especially when you get older, as you age, you need less protein in your diet and more fiber in your diet for health purposes.
Hashtag munchies. What's the wildest meat that you enjoy, like chicken feet or beef tongue?
Yeah, beef tongue is up there, man. I love lengua, like beef tongue tacos.
Yeah,
when done in the past. Really well is exceptional. I had some fried chitlins once that were prepared by one of my buddy's grandma that, I've heard horror stories about chitlins. And so I went into it kind of, with question, but it was, morning guys, it was really an exceptional experience. I've eaten some weird stuff, balut eggs and I don't know. I've eaten some weird stuff.
Have you ever eaten a blue waffle? I'm just kidding. Nobody looked that up. Nobody looked that up. That's old E-Bombs World Internet. Nobody, do not Google that at work, guys. I never had, probably the crazy, I didn't like it, but I did it was gizzard to me, some fried gizzard. Now, I don't know if it was like a texture, the texture wasn't for me. Are you a gizzard fan?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Oof. Maybe I need to try it again. Maybe you make me some gizzard, see if you could sell me on it.
Yeah, I'm a gas station gizzard guy too.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, yeah, see, never mind then. Okay, we might just be different in this regard then.
You know what it is my old man used to take me to the gas station to get gizzards. So I don't know. It's just one of those things that, as in childhood, there's two things that I remember with my old man. One was the pork tenderloin sandwich that we would always go to this little pool hall and eat pork tenderloin sandwiches.
Hell yeah.
And it had been like pounded out and pressed so far that the tenderloin was bigger than the plate.
Just a big wide. Hell yeah,
easily 12 inches, wide. And yeah, that was one of those treats. And then gizzards. And I think I've said this before. I'll grind up gizzards and put it in chili or put it in dirty rice.
See, I feel like that could be really good. Really good. It was something about the rubbery. It's kind of rubbery when I ate it, and I just didn't.
Well, that may have been somebody that doesn't. I mean, they're supposed to be a little bit chewy, but if you like poach them first and simmer them and pull some of that sinew off, and then batter and fry them, they tend to turn out a lot better and a little bit more tender. Because to me, if I'm eating gizzards and I get that one lazy guy who didn't separate the gizzards and the livers out well enough, and I hit a liver, my day's done, son. My day is done.
Just done. Just knockout punch. Finish.
Yeah. If you slip me a liver in my gizzards, man, I don't. There's no trust in those gizzards for the rest. I'm done.
Chef Michael Johnson, executive chef for LSU Athletics, a man who is incredibly busy and yet still makes time for us every single Thursday to answer all of your culinary queries. Chef, thank you so much, man. I hope you have a wonderful day, my friend.
Take care, guys.
Chef Michael Johnson, what a legend. What a legend. What is sweetbread?
So it's like the inside of a cow's mouth. Like the cheek.
Like the cheek?
Yeah. So it's like I don't know how to explain it. But
I wonder why they
so
call it
good.
sweetbread.
I don't know why they call it that. We call it mollejas.
I guess it's no different than like hogshead cheese. And, it's not cheese, but it's freaking good.
I love them. They're so good.
I need to try some sweetbread.
Yeah.
I want to try some burritos as well. Is that how you say it?
Some what?
Burritos? Like the kind of deep, is it like, is it kind of like deep fried burritas? BIRRITA?
Yeah.
Is it like cheese covered tacos fried or something?
I gotta see these.
Bilbo's always trying to tell me to try one of the places over here.
Those are just, I know what those are. Those are the little cookies.
What?
You're probably thinking of like birria.
Birrias,
yeah.
I think what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just, most people would make it with goat, but it can also just be cow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But isn't there something about how you do the taco? You deep fry it or something?
No. You dip it. So, like, you make it.
Yeah.
You make the meat.
Yeah.
And then in the broth, like, you dip the taco in the broth that the meat was cooked in.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Oh, God.
And then you, like, put cheese and you grill them. Very good. Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Throat glands. There you go. That's what it is. Sweetbread.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. Sweetbread is throat glands and the pancreas. My grandpa ate sweetbread and eggs almost daily, said
Okay,
Champ.
I didn't know it was part of the pancreas, but I knew it was like something in like the throat or the mouth or something like that. They're so good.
Where's your pancreas?
In your stomach, no?
I have no idea. I never took biology.
Yeah, it's like right under the rib cage area to the right side.
Bailey, are you in biology? Do you know where the pancreas is?
Nope.
Okay.
I took biology in like 9th grade.
Okay. Shout out. So you did take it at some point. I never did. What's the best thing y'all ever dissected at school?
We did a cat.
Yeah, we used to do cats as well.
Yeah, but it was.
But
probably
again,
the
I never did anatomy. I guess it was.
We did like a little pig
A whole pig?
I never did a pig.
Yeah, but it was like that big.
It's like a child, a cute little baby pig.
It was like Piglet.
You dissected a piglet?
T-Bob, I need you to understand because you seem baffled by this. I did not go out and slaughter this baby pig myself. It was on the table and I was told to do it.
You just went and dissected Babe?
That's worse than a cat.
I think a cute little pig is somehow worse than a cat, and I love cats.
I don't think it is. Like you can. Well, I guess you could domesticate a pig too, but like you have pet cats.
Yeah, I think.
I understand. I don't like cats, but I still felt weird.
It is a little weird in
dissecting
retrospect.
it. Yeah.
I guess the only thing I did was a frog in like 8th grade, and then I never dissected anything after that.
I did a frog, and then we did a lamb's brain or a sheep brain or something. One's like really close to human. I think it's sheep brain.
Damn.
Yeah.
Y'all are scientists.
I took anatomy. So we like dissected something like every quarter or whatever.
I remember, I think you got bonus points if you could skin the cat and get all the skin off in one piece.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds a little sociopathic.
Yeah. The cat that we like, they didn't have fur.
You think
the fur was already off, and they were like in freezers and bags. It was disgusting.
I bet you Mario could skin Taylor in one go.
Probably.
In one piece.
No doubt.
Kent says the pancreas is near Chicago.
I believe it. You know, another shocking geography fact of the day.
Yeah.
All right. When we get back, more off the bench. Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day coming up.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Pinnacle Exterior Construction. PECbuilt.com. PECbuilt.com. You need any outdoor living area. You need outdoor kitchen, pool, any size, type or fence, bulkhead, pergolas. You need pool maintenance, okay? If you already have a pool and you need just like a one-time go, get you ready, or you want year-round, they got your back as well. But again, guys, I really want to encourage you to go check out the website because it's got all the featured products and all the information you want, right? But the gallery, man, the gallery is going to blow you away because it is some real artisanship on display when you're talking about the quality of work that Pinnacle does. It's the reason why they're winning so many awards. You can make all of your dreams come true at Pinnacle Exterior Construction.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of.
She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I miss the earth so much. I miss my wife.
I mean, you shouldn't play such a good song if you don't want me to let it breathe a little bit. Sorry, DJ Trauma Game. I know you're going to freak out about.
No, he's in a cold sweat.
I was getting taken down, but I think I got to let it roll. Turn it up.
Okay.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, I'm a rocket man.
Rocket Power. That was the only running play that was working yesterday. Rocket Toss, I believe is what it was, actually. Welcome back to OTB. It's time for a little Tay-Tay NFL story of the day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
All right, here's what we got for you.
No whammies.
It's not bad, T-Bob. Relax. We've talked a lot about contract disputes. We got into it with Alvin Kamara a lot earlier in the show. This is the last year the 49ers will have Brock Purdy under that 262nd overall pick contract. And there is a rumor that he might get $60 million a year this upcoming offseason. We know that Brandon Ayuk wants a new contract. He hasn't got it yet. It was reported today that Trent Williams is going to hold out. He wants a new contract. You took on that big contract that Carolina gave Christian McCaffrey, so you're paying him a lot of money. Look, when you look at it, over the last 2 seasons, he's 17-4. He has a 71.4 QBR. Only 2 quarterbacks are ahead of him in QBR the last 2 years. It's Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. There's only been 1 quarterback to have 4 playoff wins over the last 2 seasons, and it's Ben Roethlisberger. The problem with this is this team has so many weapons. You cannot continue to this much longer. I mean, like I said, this is the final year.
Ayuk's already out of there. Ayuk's already dancing around practice unpadded.
Yeah, and then, again, McCaffrey, he's not getting any younger. I mean, he's still super productive. Maybe the best left tackle in the league, and Trent Williams is not at camp. You got to pay Brock Purdy, but what do you pay him, and how many other superstars is it going to cost you?
Brock, get this taradiddle out of here, bruh. 60 milli? 60 milli? Nah, I ain't paying Brock Purdy 60 million.
Well, it's not reported that that's what he's asking. It's just like, hey, if you see the quarterback market, what some of these other guys who are not winning as much as Purdy are getting, there's rumors that the 49ers could potentially offer him.
Oh, I'm going to start calling you Taylor Taradiddle then. What are you talking about? This segment every single day, just spinning up this BS? Like, I would not pay, all jokes aside, I would not pay Brock Purdy $60 million. I get it, market forces may force you to, but sheesh, I would not feel great about that.
How much do you pay him?
55. Just barely edge him out.
Okay.
Just barely edge him out. No significant jump. 55, and let's see what he can do when he takes up way more of the cap.
we're at a ridiculous point right now where every quarterback that has like any kind of value, we're like 60 million per year. You got to do it.
He probably will get 60 million, to be clear, actually.
Oh, I know. But here we are. And they missed their window of having him for the league minimum, right? That's what we always talk about. You have the quarterback under league minimum, and you're able to go out there and spend that money elsewhere, and they have a ton of weapons until you've got to pay up, and then you pay up, and then you lose your left tackle, maybe one of your top receivers. I'm sure Deebo Samuel, who was mad not that long ago, will get mad again because like, hold up, wait a minute, I want to get paid as well.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, I do think that I'm maybe fall a bit on the Purdy hater side because his teammates do always have his back in terms of him being like extra normal, and there are a ton of great numbers and everything that you can point to him being that guy. But I am always interested to see, though, what happens with the quarterback when they make that monetary jump. How do they handle the increased expectation and pressure, and how do they handle a bit of a lesser roster? You can kind of somewhat expect to go hand in hand. Though I thought Matt Flynn made a very good point during Flestering yesterday when he said, look, NFL teams want to pay a quarterback, right? Because like if you're at the point where you're having those conversations, you at least feel like you have a guy. And that's a better feeling than not having a guy.
Brock Purdy, same number of playoff wins as Dak Prescott and Lamar Jackson combined.
Yeah. I mean, again, he's really good. I think
he's very efficient.
I think you could have coexisting truths. He's very good, and he's on a very good setting and team. And those things work really well in concert together. But like, what happens if he's on the Jags and he plays year one with Urban Meyer? Right? What do we think about Brock Purdy then? Like, situation does matter. But it does. But good on him. Good on him. He's still really good. All right, when we get back, thank you, Taylor. Let's close out the show. It's Ask the Bench next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Coleman Roofing and Construction. Go to colemanroof.com. That's the website, y'all. You want Louisiana's most reliable, most respected roofing company? You can actually go right online and you can request a free inspection. Okay, you just put your name, your email, your phone, a little blur about how they can help, and they're going to get in touch with you immediately because at Coleman, they are committed to providing top-notch services and ensuring your satisfaction throughout the roofing process. So let Coleman help you achieve a sturdy and beautiful roof. But remember, it's not just the roof. It's the interior as well. That's where the construction portion comes in. So if like you have a tree fall in your home, you have water damage, anything like that, they fix the interior, they fix the roof. It's not just residential though. Commercial as well. You got a big business. You need your building service, whatever the case may be. Any size project, anywhere in Louisiana, anywhere in the Gulf South region, it's Coleman Roof. You can go on the colemanroof.com, see past results from satisfied customers at 4.8 Google review rating. How about that? colemanroof.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
Érase una vez un Infinity, diseñado para despertar tu imaginación y desafiarte a soñar, con 3 lujosas filas de asientos. El totalmente nuevo Infinity QX80 de 3 filas.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Somebody's in a Friday mood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
like
ready.
we played a little personal Tears for Fears.
I'm ready to go.
Here it is, Alondra. Here we sit. So when's the next time we're going to see you after this?
Monday. I'll be back Monday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Not much of a break, is it? But 3-day weekends hit.
Yeah, it's a 3-day weekend.
3-day weekends hit.
I'll be all right. And I get back pretty early Sunday, so.
So because I'm very selfish and I never listen to anybody, where are we going?
I'm going to Arlington.
Okay.
To go see Morgan Wallen.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Hell yeah. Oh, that'll be very fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Remember, she's getting me a Cowboys jersey,
I'm
although
not
it's
doing
not a
that.
CD Lamb one anymore.
Even though it's not Wallen, it's Wyan, right?
Yeah, it's Wyan.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it's Wyan.
Yeah.
Morgan Wyan.
Yeah.
Well, again, don't buy him a CD Lamb jersey. CD's not going to be on the team much longer.
It's not gonna be a
They're going to have
CeeDee
to
Lamb
pay
jersey.
Dak, so they got to get rid of CD.
I'm not buying him anything.
Unless
Unless he Venmos me for it.
Yeah, Taylor, what? You just wanted to buy your stuff? Come on,
I mean,
dude. Be a man.
At that point, I would just go myself. What's the point of that?
I mean.
It's just a gift.
Ask the Bench.
Does he deserve
The first Ask the Bench I just saw from David Bench was Ask the Bench. Hey, Taylor, shut up.
For real.
It's not really a question, but.
Now, Taylor, do you want a Quincy Carter jersey?
Quincy Carter?
I'll buy you a
no,
Quincy Carter jersey.
I
What?
don't really want a
And
Quincy
do you
Carter
even
jersey.
Shreveport Battlewing?
I have another Cowboys jersey that I never wear.
Ask the Bench brought to you by Cold Crush Light, Vizzy Hard Tilter, and Blue Moon Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. Ask the Bench. Will T-Bob go winless his first 2 seasons in NCAA 24 like he did coaching his daughter's sports team?
Dang.
Wow.
That cut deep. What a
That
taradiddle
hurts.
thing to say.
It's not outside the realm of possibility, but I am making a commitment to getting in the lab and being better than I was yesterday. And if I focus on that every day, then we're going to end up in a good place. Okay, guys?
Look, just like with the purple staff, I believe in you.
And we got there.
Yeah.
We got there. But the problem was I put so much into it, then I quit playing the game. In classic World of Warcraft fashion. That's what always happens with Big Loot.
So you'll get your first win at NCAA
And
and be
then
like,
just
all right,
quit.
retired.
I'm done it. Ask the Bench. Do you go left when you go to Epcot? Do you go left towards Mexico or right towards Canada? I always go Canada. I've literally never started on the left side. I don't know why that is. Maybe I'll switch it up next time. Probably not, though, because I love La Fin du Monde.
I don't know, I've never been to Epcot. I've only been to Magic Kingdom.
Very fun for kids. The least fun adult part in some ways, because no drinking. Actually, it's the way. Ask the Bench. Why didn't T-Bob go to Nebraska first NCAA season? Because it's an online dynasty and they went AAC. I'm trying to play Nebraska exclusively online, which is also hard. Ask the Bench. Does Alondra get dressed up in country wear for country concerts? Boots, pearl snaps, etc.?
I don't ever wear any pearl snaps, like ever. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll put some boots on.
What is
yeah,
it?
Nothing
It's
wrong
like a
with a good
jean
pearl
skirt.
snap, by the way.
Not for dudes, no. But I don't think I particularly would
Be a
look
tough
good
look
in
to
a
pull off.
pearl snap shirt. But yeah, I've got my outfit for Morgan Wallen picked out already.
What is it?
It is a pair of boots,
Okay.
some red boots,
Hell yeah.
a denim skirt,
Yeah.
and a denim vest.
Okay.
It's gonna be like a little
Cowboy hat?
I don't know about the hat because I want to wear my bangs, and I don't know if the hat. But I did think about getting a hat, or like wearing a hat. Yeah.
That's tough.
I know.
I mean, you did all the work for the bangs. Just to go bangs.
I know.
Just go bangs. Ask the bench.
Need a little bandana.
Is it cool or uncool to wear a Dolphins Ray Finkel jersey to a non-Dolphins game?
Uncool.
Uncool
to wear a team's jersey.
Yeah,
that
I
you're,
think it's uncool to pretty much wear any, unless it's like from a movie. Like if you got like a Willie.
What is Ray? Well,
Beeman
Ray
jersey.
Finkel from Ace Ventura.
Yeah, but that's an actual team though. Like if you wore Shane
like a
Falco
Mud Dogs.
or Willie Beeman or Bobby Boucher, like that's a little okay. Another team altogether, no.
I'm gonna say it's cool. Ask the bench. When do the movie remakes start getting remakes? I mean, that happens. That's happened plenty already, right? Like, hasn't A Star Is Born been made like 3 or 4 times?
Yeah, 3 times.
And
yeah.
it's like been a banger every single time.
And then the whole Halloween franchise they remade.
Did they really?
Yeah, because Rob Zombie took it over, and then they just made the
shout out
ones with
Rob
Jamie
Zombie.
Lee Curtis when she was older. So yeah, I mean,
Shout
it
out
pretty much
Jamie
got
Lee
remade.
Curtis. I rewatched part of Freaky Friday with her and Lindsay Lohan. A remake in and of itself from the original Freaky Friday. But Jamie Lee Curtis is so funny in that movie.
You talk about songs that were made for a movie. The song that her band plays in that movie is so good.
Yeah, it's very of the time.
Yeah.
Very early aughts, her whole style, Lohan's is.
I love it.
God, I had the biggest crush on Lindsay Lohan after Get a Clue. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
Disney Channel original?
Get a clue.
Yeah.
Get a clue, and there's nothing you can't do. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow OTB on Friday. Have a good day.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Agatemp Baton Rouge, AgAtempBR.com, AgAtempBR.com. You need that AC in the AC. You need service to the highest degree. And you need any help on your AC, heating, or electrical systems? AccuTemp is the place to go, guys. Thousands of reviews and a 4.9 rating. I've never seen such a high number of reviews while maintaining such a high rating. And the only way you do that is if you walk the walk. So they talk it, right? They say service to the highest degree, but I can confirm they walk it. They'll blow you away, man. Not just because your AC unit's going to be running perfectly. So you ask about the Star Club membership, which is a year-round thing where they stay on top of everything for you, help you avoid any catastrophic issues down the road. Also, remember, if you need a whole home generator, they're your answer. Have them come out of your home to give you free estimates, tell you how it all works. It's AgAtemp Baton Rouge, AgAtempBR.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision.